exist to aid American consumers struggling with overwhelming credit card debt by offering tremendous savings and real debt relief. Accredited Debt Relief has established a special hotline for you to call and learn what savings you qualify for. They've helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt and are A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. So don't wait. Get the relief you need during these hard economic times. For this free information, call the Accredited Debt Relief Hotline now. Call 800-885-9955. 800-885-9955. That's 800-885-9955.
Hey guys, listen up. Losing weight not only helps your overall health, but research shows that it also can increase testosterone levels, which can resolve ED and low libido. It can help a multitude of things. With NJ Diet, losing weight takes only 40 days. That's right, up to 40 days to lose it contractually 20 to 40 plus pounds. Weight loss is contractually guaranteed. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work to personalize natural formulas and supplements where the side effect is weight loss. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds guaranteed. NJ Diet is all natural. No shots, no hormones, no counting points, no prepackaged foods. Ew. No surgery. Schedule an initial consult at one of their convenient locations. Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, Newark, Delaware, from the comfort of your home with live online video consultations. No matter how much weight you need to lose, NJ Diet is for you. Don't wait for your doctor to give you bad news, then try to figure it out. Stay ahead of your health by calling 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET, or visit njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
It's Rich Gannon for the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app. As a former MVP quarterback, I love a solid game plan. The new BetParx app is everything you want in a mobile sportsbook right from your phone. Check out pro football same-game parlays or bet live once the game starts. And right now, all new BetParx users get up to $750 in sportsbook bonuses back if your first bet isn't a winner. Download the new BetParx app at betparx.com. Win sports, BetParx.
See website for terms and conditions. Bonus funds must be wagered once, must be 21 and over, and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
SEPTA and the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app have something special for fans all season long. Free rides home from every Birds home game. Fans ride home free from every home game on SEPTA's Broad Street line from NRG Station, courtesy of the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app. Free rides begin at halftime of every home game. Join the fun on the BetParx Casino and Sportsbook app by downloading now at betparx.com. Free rides and all about the fans from SEPTA and BetParx. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
And we'll get our Wednesday. Gosh, I got ahead of myself, Pat. Wednesday morning underway. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Our 6 a.m. hour brought to you by our friends at Bradford White Water Heaters. Bradford White is here for the pro. I got one day ahead. Is that wishful thinking or what, Pat?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good to...
No, don't do that.
You don't do... Well, it is good, though.
No.
It is good to
What do you mean
think
you got
ahead.
one day ahead?
I started thinking it was Thursday.
Yeah, but then that's one day closer to Friday, so then your mindset's, oh, tomorrow's Friday, and then you realize, oh, it's not.
And then you get screwed.
You played yourself.
Well, Saturday morning...
Be in the moment, John. Be in the
Saturday morning, you have plans.
Bob, start telling them about the calendar and the days and how it works.
It doesn't move, Bob. Is that it?
It doesn't.
Is that it? It doesn't move?
24 hours
60
in a day.
seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, 24 hours in a day.
There you go.
Never changes.
Our Bradford White water heaters are here for the pro, and Bradford White is always trying to keep you at your best as we start this morning. Coach gave us a morning mind bender. He's not here with us this morning. But 25% of over 10,000 people surveyed said they do not like when their neighbors do this from now until Christmas. What is it? Okay, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know what it could. I don't know what it could be.
They don't like when their neighbors do this from now until Christmas.
I would say key parties, probably.
A key party during Christmas time.
The pineapple flags.
Like loud I don't know, loud parties? I can't think of the answer. Can you
Parties is pretty good.
You know the age-old December 4th party?
Can you can you peek, Pat? Let me see here. It's leave their outdoor lights on all night.
Yeah, it's a D-bag move.
Yeah, you can't do it all night. We have a timer. Our timer shuts them down, I think, at 11, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Christina has it at 11 or 11:30 that it goes off. But I don't understand why it would bother somebody.
Well,
what does my neighbor's lights have anything to do with?
Well, if it keeps you up.
Yeah, some people's bedroom might face that.
Oh,
house.
okay.
You don't like the lights on.
All right, that's different. Yeah, ours is in the back of the house, so it doesn't matter. I don't care what it does. Even though Mark and Sandy our next door neighbors have wind chimes. She put up wind chimes, and the wind chimes have been a little wild lately. I call them the bells. I call them the bells of St. Sandy. She put them up because when it's tonight's going to be windy. I know I'm going to be serenaded with the bells. We'll be going all night long tonight.
The carol of the bells.
I don't know what it is, but it gets to you. You start to feel it. Today's going to be a nasty day from like 8 o'clock till like 6, 7 o'clock. So be careful. A lot of wind, a lot of driving rain for around 3 or 4 hours. So be careful. It brought tornadoes to the south.
Yes, all that.
Same system. So be very careful there today. Congratulations to Team USA. That was a fun match yesterday. I got to tell you, though, and it's one of the things where it's an unwelcome. A lot of soccer fans don't like it when other people try to analyze their sport or figure it out. I had no idea what was going on yesterday strategy-wise. I'm watching that match, and I know that Iran only has to get a draw. So they are packing the box and saying, we're not playing any kind of offense. We're just going to try to defend. So they're setting up like that. After the U.S. scores, from that point on, Iran got the better opportunities on net and played a much better match. I have no idea. I've never seen a sport where you go in saying we are not going to play any offense because what we want to do is get a draw in the match. It made no sense to me, their strategy, because it was clear when they played the match the way it's supposed to be played, I think they look like the better team.
Yeah, well, the U.S. went into Jonathan Gannon prevent defense.
Like a shell?
Yeah, and wasn't looking to play any offense, therefore was relegated in the last 45 minutes of the game to pretty much just being in their own end and hoping that Iran didn't score. Yeah, it was the tale
weird.
of two different games. I texted Jamie like 3 minutes into the game, and I said, Iran's playing dishonorable defense here. They had 9 guys in the box. And I was like, oh, this is going to suck. They're totally playing for just a tie. And then you get the big goal, and it was a nail-biter. It was fun. It was a lot of fun watching that yesterday.
How did they let so many opportunities, though, happen at the end of that? At the end of the match, honestly, I thought it was going to be tied. It looked like there were 3 opportunities, it seemed like, where, damn, it was razor thin.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that they were getting those kind of chances.
The U.S. didn't play real smart either in the last about 10 minutes of the game. There were a couple of times. One time a guy kind of, not a breakaway, but he had an open alley, and I'm thinking, all right, take it to the corner. Now, I've watched a lot of soccer in my life because of my kids. And I was like, take it to the corner, waste time.
Yes.
And he takes a shot. And not a shot that was wide open or anything, but he takes a shot, and it's an easy save, and boom, Iran gets to go down again and play. And I was like, what are you doing? And then a couple of times the grabbing of the shirts and shoulders and committing fouls and over ball handling. It was just... It kind of, I was thinking of you, John. It kind of made me think like, oh, okay, this is why the U.S. is behind in soccer, because it wasn't smart. It wasn't good.
It wasn't, that's not an entertaining style.
No, it made you sit on your hands the whole second half like, whoa, what's going on
here? Oh, we got the goal we needed. Now we're just going to go into a turtle.
But I'll tell you what, with the injury, Brendan Aarson coming in and playing the way he did, he was really good yesterday. And I texted Jamie also at the same time, and I said, when Aarson gets in the game, watch out. Something special is going to happen. Now, it didn't. He didn't, help on a goal or anything like that, but he was really, really good yesterday.
Couple opportunities, though.
Yeah.
Where it really was. And look, they had just gotten that second goal. I've decided to not listen to any of the soccer experts that I come into contact with who were telling me 3 goals, 5 goals. I mean, that was weird. Like, the whole thing was weird to me. 2 goals in 3 matches. 2 shutouts, though.
Hey,
on the other side of the coin, 2 shutouts is really impressive. I don't know what is more impressive to the soccer fan, Pat. And I know you consider yourself you're in the middle, right? I mean, you don't consider yourself.
Yeah, I've come around the sport. Okay, the detractor.
What's more impressive, the shutouts, or I mean, like I don't
the clean sheet.
I mean, that's I would
clean
think that
impressive.
Is. Yeah, I mean, you're shutting people out. That's impressive. But it was just yesterday was strange. I didn't understand the strategy, and maybe a soccer zealot can explain it to me better. But if I'm Iran, I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. If I had just played this match straight up and not worried about trying to play for a draw, I think they could have won.
I mean,
I mean, it was they were getting great opportunities, and it's just like I don't understand the strategy of it. I guess it's that playing to get out of your group, and it just was a weird day. But it was a fun day, and it was fun seeing so much red, white, and blue yesterday. So many people out and about. PJ's in Newtown Square hopping, Bob.
Was it?
I mean, hopping.
Yeah.
People going.
Is that where you watch the game?
No, I watch it at home. But I had friends who went on the way home. They cut out of work, went there, and were like, "Come on down." I said, "Well, I'm already started here at home, so I'm not going to get in the car."
You were too drunk to get in the car and go anywhere
I can't
else.
listen to I couldn't imagine listening to it if I could even find it. I couldn't imagine listening to that on the radio.
There was a point in one of these 3 games that I was in the car and I turned it on Sirius.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. And it was the television broadcast that was on Sirius. Yeah. So, television announcers, sometimes they'll let the play just go and they don't announce on every little thing. Well, that doesn't translate well to radio.
No, it really doesn't.
No. So it wasn't all that great.
But it's great.
But
now, Saturday morning, Pat, Wake and Cake, you're on the air right during this.
Yeah. So that'll be great for the show.
Why don't they put Wake and Cake out somewhere is what I'm figuring. How about that?
Yeah, you should go to an Irish bar,
You
Pat,
should be somewhere where they are broadcasting the match.
Because
that's where they'll have it on.
Yeah, but like
international
sure,
bars, like soccer.
I'm sure
better.
American bars will have it on too.
Probably. That's a good point.
I don't think a lot of American bars will be open.
But they might for this.
They could.
They could. I don't know.
Should.
But the Europeans will. The European bars.
Let's see what we can do. Let's get you out somewhere.
Pat, you and Chinnis, you up for it?
Sure.
How about Nudies? Maybe Nudies will give you a nice brunch and a game to go.
What? They got rid of my go-to.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I got beef with them. I used to get the apple cake French toast, and they got rid of it. So I haven't been there.
You're like, wait a minute, you're protesting Nudies now?
A little bit, yeah. I'm pissed.
It's like so many people with the bacon buffalo
bacon
chicken wings.
Yeah,
I mean, people are protesting.
Well, they're worried about that. I mean, do we close down 3 more PJs or do we keep doing the expensive wing? It was a decision. Jim,
all I know is after a summer of my wings, they've opened up 3 places this fall. So I think they're fine.
He's got a point. He does have a point.
December 15th, we will be out at Broomall, their newest location in Lawrence Park. So it's the PJ's Lawrence Park. We will be there for a happy hour on December 15th, and we hope to see you there. Pets Plus Natural has 6 area locations. There's a Pets Plus Natural near you with a dog or cat looking for a forever home. Adopt instead. Visit Pets Plus Natural. No dog or cat for the Coonies this year? No adoption of an animal?
No, we're good. The adopted one that we have is...
more than enough?
Yes.
Pat?
Way more than enough.
Pat, what about...
Nope. I'm going to cut you off right there. No.
J-Roll and Cat Burrow would love a little furry friend.
Dude, we don't have the room. Like, we're like on
you're
top.
You're maxed out. You're saying no. You're not doing that.
We desperately need to move. It's bad.
So you're like you're not doing that.
And now you want to put another living human being.
Well, it's not human.
Does Jack take care of J-Roll?
No. Jack's 3.
Yeah, but he's getting to the point now where he
doesn't even take care of himself.
Yeah, what do you think he's doing? Yeah,
little bastard.
He doesn't play cars with him and everything because he loves to play cars.
He does,
which is great.
He doesn't. He doesn't take care of J-Roll.
That's amazing.
Still, we've tried to hey, why don't you feed him? No,
I don't want to do that.
No,
because they always say a boy and his dog is the greatest combination.
No, he likes Jay. Jay doesn't really like him.
Oh no!
So it's a boy and his dog. The dog and the boy, though.
Wait a minute.
That's the rift.
How long was J-Roll around before
Oh, God, 23 years?
Okay, so J-Roll was your baby. And then a baby came along, and then there's jealousy.
I don't even think it was that. I think it was like Jack came along, and J-Roll was like, what the hell is this?
I'm getting bothered.
What is this? It's like you, but smaller. And then it's continued to grow and get, probably in his opinion, more annoying.
He doesn't bother him, though, right? He doesn't bother the dog and the cat, or does he?
I mean, J-Roll has horrible anxiety. So,
oh, no.
Yeah, like the worst anxiety.
Did you ever get the Thunder jacket for him?
Didn't, because Thunder, he can be okay. It's when Jack goes anywhere near him.
Oh, no.
That's when he gets the bad anxiety.
Oh, no.
He needs the Jack jacket.
Yeah,
a Jack jacket that he can wear. We want to thank everybody who came out yesterday to the Performance Center and everybody who contributed online and otherwise for 97.5 The Fanatic on the Day of Giving in honor of the American Association for Cancer Research. It was so nice to meet you. So nice to see you. We will have plenty of other events coming your way during 2023 in the Events Center. Brian was like, doesn't look like a big crowd. I'm like, yeah, Brian, it has like 40 seats. Thank you very much. It was, how
do you know he was saying it like that? Maybe he was just saying
why would you, doesn't look like a big crowd. Why would you post that?
Because to him, it didn't look like a big crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I mean, but why are you saying that? Doesn't look like you got a big turnout for it.
Was there a picture involved with it?
I guess so, yeah.
Look, if we're going to sit here and act like we are a popular radio show, I mean, that's just a lie.
There you go. We're just on.
I mean, we were surprised 3 people showed up.
That was great to see the people there. Appreciate you being there. Appreciate you being a part of it.
Like, did we hire crisis actors? Maybe we did.
That one was great, though.
Yeah, very, very compelling.
Ron Davis said his wasn't showing up from Davis CPA Group. The guy we hired to play Ron Davis wasn't showing up, so Ron had to show up.
Yeah, I hate when that happened.
He was a little pissed. He was a little pissed at that. The line in the Eagles game keeps moving away from their favor. First, they become not the favorites in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl this week. And now the opening line continues to shift. Do you have any theories about why that is? Because it appears, again, that now a 5-point line that opened up at 6.5, that there is a collective doubt from the country regarding the Eagles, that they're not buying into them, that they're starting to shift. People are trying to find the next favorite or the next. Is this just common practice? You believe that they're tired of talking about the Eagles, so they want to talk about somebody else? But when I see the gambling community doing it, they're not doing it for their health, and they're doing it for other reasons. They're seeing some things that are obviously making them question whether this 10-1 Eagles team is truly living up to their capabilities.
Well, 10-1 is not a common thing.
It's not.
So people are waiting for it. If this is going to be a 13-4 season, that means they're going to go 3-3 over their next 6 games. So they're looking at it that way. Also, a lacerated kidney to one of your starting safeties who leads the league in interceptions, and your tight end's out, and one of your defensive linemen is out, and another starting corner is out. Yeah, I mean, all those things build up, and people say, oh, this might be the week. This could be the week that the Eagles get tripped up again.
The whole idea of predicting it's got to happen at some point.
Sure. I mean, do you think they're going to go 16-1?
No.
I
thought they'd go 12-5. You and I
exactly
both.
Right.
We both said 12-5. I don't believe. Now, if they go 12-5 now, I'm pissed off.
That's 2-4 over their next 6.
I'm pissed off if they go 12.
I think it's just people playing the numbers. Nobody expected them to be where they are now. And as I said, nobody expects them to go 16-1. So you're going to look for some trip-ups here and there. So if you're an outsider looking in and say, all right, where might the trip-ups happen? And you watch that Sunday night game or you watched, the Washington game on Monday night, national audiences, and they say, man, that team's not real good against the run, are they? And they just lost another defender, their safety who leads the league, and their tight end is out. This might be the week. So I look at it that. It's just a trend, kind of. And, look, people could be right. I mean,
it could be.
Yeah.
But it almost seems like to me like they're guessing. Like it's just they're waiting for it to happen, so they're guessing. One of those things where people love to do the I'm going to predict something and say something, and then nobody's going to remember if I'm wrong. But if I get it right, it'll be the pound the chest. Because I honestly don't see a Tennessee team that is that scary. coming in here. And so I'm trying to figure out, it has to be the injuries to me.
Sure.
That is an injury situation. Because I don't see another reason, Pat, that people would be that freaked out about a 10-1 football team.
No, I think the injury to C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I think that's probably why it's moved a little bit. Finding out he had a lacerated kidney, that's a rough. It's not great. You don't know if Jordan Davis is coming back. Dallas Goedert is out. I think it's the injuries. That's the only explanation. I mean, all of a sudden people watched the All-22 and decided this team's not very good.
Seriously.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a ton of sense. The only thing you can look at is, okay, well, their injuries have started to pile up a little bit. They've gotten hit. The rushing defense still is
Yeah, shaky.
And you're facing the best running back in the league.
Do you think, do you ever bet that way? Do you ever bet on, well, it's got to happen sometime?
Sure. Betting is guessing. I mean, they're one and the same. We can say, oh, it's a sure thing, I'm going to bet this. Really? How many times have we done that and lost?
But betting sure things.
Yeah, right?
But betting sure things a lot.
There is no sure thing.
But no, betting what appears to be the sure thing a lot is a much more successful strategy than betting on the oddity happening. Is trying to guess when the oddity happens.
Well,
when a good team.
What do you consider a sure thing?
If you bet every heavy favorite to win, if you bet every 5-point, 6-point favorite to win every game every year, you will make money. Guaranteed.
Really? Have you seen that?
You can absolutely you can do that. You could bet if you just bet the favorite.
Betting was that easy. Why doesn't everybody do it?
Because they don't. It doesn't make them any. It doesn't. It's not going to make you any money because of the odds. So if you just bet them to win, it's going to make you $1. You're going to end up getting the profit margins will be small because when you're betting a team that's that heavily favored, you're not going to be able to just bet them to win. You see a 5-point favorite, 6-point favorite, 7-point favorite, bet them to win. Don't use the points. Just bet the money. You're betting the money line. Just bet them to win. You're going to win all the time.
The time.
No, by betting standards, Bob. Not all the time. I'm saying
speaking a lot of absolutes here, Johnny K.
If you bet 5-point favorites or better every time on the money line, you will make money, guaranteed. Guaranteed. You're not going to lose because those teams don't lose often. So you're not going to make any money because the odds suck. So you're going to end up, making $1 profit, $2 profits, things like that. But you're going to still make money.
I think you need to put your money where your mouth is.
I do every set. I do.
No, but try this out for a month.
Gladly.
And chart this and follow it. And
you know what I'll do?
Making.
I will do it the rest of the season.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm interested to see if that's the case.
If you bet heavy favorites just on the money line and just say, we're going to bet, how many are you going to bet? The 5 heaviest favorites of the week. You may lose one of those games one week, but you're not going to lose. What do you put? You're not going to make any money on it. Because I keep hearing people talk about the law of averages. They don't understand what it is. And I think it's a lot of people didn't take statistics. That people are like, well, the law of averages says the Eagles are going to lose. I'm like, no, it doesn't. That's just a belief. That's not anything based on probability. The Eagles could very well go 15-1, 16-1. I don't believe they're going to do that. But there's nothing about the law of averages that says they're going to lose 2 or 3 games, 4 games. There's nothing. The law of averages is just a belief that people have guessing that losses are going to come. I don't see it with this team. I don't see a major trip ups coming. I don't see a 2-4 ending coming for this team.
No, I don't see
anything like that. Like a bad ending for this team coming.
But they probably have another trip up in them.
Oh, yes.
You might lose a game towards the end because you're not playing everybody. More likely, talking about trends or whatever, more likely this team's going to lose 4 games than they will lose 1. It's more likely they're going to lose 3 more games, 2 more games, whatever it may be.
My guess would be they lose 2 more games.
Yeah, 14-3 season.
Yeah, my guess would be 2 more games because I don't believe one of them will be. I don't believe the last Giants game they're going to
start anybody.
And that could be one of those games where they can repay the Giants for that game when Doug Peterson kept them out of the playoffs.
I'm not repaying them for anything.
Well, Joe Judge isn't there to enjoy it, but you could repay them a little bit Give them a little bit of a nice little payback. I'm trying to look at this week's games here. So we go 5 heavy favorites. So it would be an Eagles money line, Ravens money line, a Cleveland Browns money line, a Seattle Seahawks money line, a Dallas Cowboys money line. Let me see what else we got here. A Giants money. No, that's the next week. So they've already got an Eagles-Giants line out for the week after. Do you know what that is, Pat? You got a guess?
I would guess Eagles favored 4.5.
On the road, 6. It's already the line now if you want to jump on it. They've already got that out. It's crazy town. So Eagles get ready for the Titans. We'll have plenty more on that throughout the course of the day today. Plus, the 76ers starting another road trip tonight. We will get to it next. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Look, cold weather's arrived, and if you haven't checked your furnace out to make sure it's going to be ready for another long winter, consider this an official reminder to you to get the $59 gas furnace tune-up that includes a carbon monoxide safety check from my friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. DelcoHVAC.com is the company you want to be dealing with. Love the Hoke brothers. Appreciate their support yesterday on the National Day of Giving, too. If you need a new system, and that ends up being the resolution for you, H&H has rebates of up to $1,500 or 0% financing for 18 months if you're a qualified buyer. I know this. When you own a home, you need a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor that you can rely on. And DelcoHVAC.com is always going to deliver you fast, friendly, and honest service. DelcoHVAC.com is where you can schedule your $59 tune-up or new system estimate today, and you'll be able to see why they have over 1,000 five-star reviews. And I can tell you, they've got a big one from our family. So check out DelcoHVAC.com. That's H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. Tell them the Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited, I can't stand it!
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. FanDuel Casino is giving you a free chance to spin and win today and every day. Introducing FanDuel Casino Reward Machine, a free-to-play game giving you a shot to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus every day. It brings you all the excitement of playing FanDuel Casino games for free. Every day at 6 p.m., you get 3 chances to spin the Reward Machine reels. There are 3 ways to win. 1, match any 3 symbols for an instant win. 2, collect symbols each day for a chance to win weekly prizes. Or 3, win up to $2,000 if you collect 3 trophies. So what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Casino app by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start playing Reward Machine today. That's FanDuel.com/Bob.
21 plus and present in PA. Bonus issue as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
Honey, I did it.
You did what?
I switched us to T-Mobile.
Really?
Did you see those rate hikes from AT&T and Verizon this year? With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, they won't raise our rates for talk, text, and data ever.
T-Mobile won't raise the rate ever?
Happy New Year!
Is our T-Mobile rate the same?
Yeah!
Nice.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
You too. Say, is our T-Mobile rate still the same?
It is. Happy 4th of July!
Same T-Mobile rate?
Yes, it is. Happy Labor Day.
Still the same?
Yes! It's still the same rate.
This holiday, make the switch from Verizon and AT&T to T-Mobile. With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise the rate of your talk, text, and data ever. And you'll avoid those random rate hikes. Get even more at T-Mobile.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Price Lock guarantees rate plan price of current on-network service for eligible lines on new accounts. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Esports have a way of changing the world. Simple, an infamous Ukrainian Counter-Strike player, has been vocal about the ongoing conflict with Russia, and today he donated $100,000 to United 24. The charity will be utilizing the money to buy ambulances and other medical needs for Ukraine. For a player of such notoriety, it's wonderful to see Simple using his platform and money to support his country. Who else needs to step up?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Missed Black Friday? Dell's Cyber Monday event starts next now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you'll find top brand kitchen appliances with innovative features that can do more, so your holidays can be more. Ovens with built-in air fryers for baking the perfect cookies. Dishwashers with smart tech to clean everything from bakeware to festive mugs. And high-capacity refrigerators to keep leftovers fresh. Final days to shop Black Friday savings and get up to 30% off, plus instantly save up to $750 on select GE kitchen packages at the Home Depot. Ends November 30th. How doers get more done. Offer valid November 2nd through November 30th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, guys. This is Keenan Thompson. I have a problem with you. Yes, you. None of y'all told me that AutoTrader has millions of new and used cars that I can shop from home. I thought we were friends. I put smiles on your face, but I'm not smiling. No one told me that with AutoTrader, a dealer can deliver cars to my home, or that I could shop by price on AutoTrader. No one. Consider this friendship that you just learned we had officially over. Finally, it's easy. AutoTrader.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Food is late again.
You should have ordered through EasyCater. Professionally delivered right on time.
EasyCater, huh? Have a pen?
No, I don't have a pen. Does anyone have a pen?
Nah, I'll remember.
Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
You might get wireless data everywhere, but do you have to use it all the time? If that's not really you, there's TracFone. You can get the same nationwide 5G coverage as big carriers, but you pick a plan that you need for a lot less. Unlimited talk and text plans start at $15 a month, no contract. And now get a Nokia C100 for just $39.99. TracFone. Now you're in control. While supplies last, 1 month equals 30 days. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
It's time for tip-off with basketball in the Bet Rivers Sportsbook app. Bet same-game parlays where you can combine different bets from the same game for even bigger payouts and more action on the hardwood. Bets like live player props, spreads, totals, and more. Add our award-winning customer service, and it's nothing but net. Bet Rivers Sportsbook app and basketball. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Pennsylvania only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Every driver needs a car, and this is the month to get yours. Gateway Kia connects you with the hottest new Kia models. The best selection, all ready for immediate delivery. Gateway Kia has new Kia Souls below MSRP. Or choose a Telluride, Sorento, or Forte. And find the best price on a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. At Gateway Kia in Warrington, Quakertown, or online at shopgatewaykia.com. Hope to see you at Gateway Kia.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know that Aaron McKee and the Temple men's basketball team are going to battle VCU Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock at the Leocor Center. You can stick around and watch the Temple women's team in action against the University of Maryland, Baltimore County at 3:30 as part of a special Temple basketball doubleheader. If you want tickets, visit owlstix.com so you can get on in there and get some tickets and get on out and see the Owls.
Got a pretty cool doubleheader tonight, too.
Yes, tonight is Temple LaSalle.
Temple LaSalle and then Penn St. Joe's at the Palestra, a doubleheader. John, you and I grew up with them.
You remember that?
Nothing more special. I can't wait. My daughter and I are going over tonight, so I can't wait to sit there and watch a couple games. I said to her yesterday, I said, have you ever been to the Palestra? And she's like, duh. Our son Kyle played there when he went to LaSalle, so she was over at that game. But you know me, John, every day before I get up. First good thought. Going to the Palestra, that could be a good thought that would carry me for weeks on end. There's no place I treasure going more in sports than the Palestra.
And it's one of the things that you are a far more authority on this than I am, so I will cede the floor to you. Why did the Big Five doubleheader stop at the Palestra? In your opinion, and as far as you know from a basis of fact.
God, they stopped so long ago. I mean, it was a common thing when, in the 70s?
It was a common thing when I went to Temple.
Yeah, and then it stopped right around there, though. It stopped, right?
DuPont Pavilion.
A lot of it had to do with Villanova, exactly, wanting to get out, wanting to become more national and all that with Raleigh Massimino. Just kind of got away. Everybody, I don't want to say people or schools got individualized, but it kind of did get to that. And to hear a Fran Dunphy talk, and there's a great story today about not only Fran, but about the history of the Palestra by Eddie Barkowitz and what it means to people in this area. And it's just such a... like I said to you guys yesterday, when I mentioned that I was going to the Palestra for the doubleheader tonight, I mean, I had so many people reach out, let's meet, you want to go to New Deck, you want to do this, you want to do that. So many people are just in love with the Palestra, and I got to get Connor over there. Because you know what, John? It's never failed that when I go over there with somebody, of course it's going to be more to me because I covered games there. I played there as a college player. I played there as a media guy every Wednesday. But to take my kids there when they were younger and for them to say, oh, my God, this place is awesome, that's terrific. Connor's going to get the same feeling when I take him over this year,
I got to do my semester, internship with the Big Five and working with Dan Baker, the legendary Phillies voice, and Bob Vitrone. And just being in that building was cool. Everything about it was it was fantastic. Pat, have you ever gone to a game at the Palestra, or have you thrown streamers?
No. Doherty played a playoff game against Rome, and at the Palestra got hammered. It wasn't fun.
You didn't get hammered because you don't drink.
No, team got
Doherty got hammered.
No, team got.
You can't get hammered at the Palestra. I don't believe they.
See, I don't believe they're going to say
the Wanamaker twins.
Just crushed you?
Brian and I can't remember the other one. Roman. Yeah, I remember those years.
Yeah, Brad.
Yes.
There's
no disgrace in that. There's no disgrace in those guys taking you out to the woodshed.
I wasn't playing, so
but
it was depressing.
But you never went to see a Big Five game there.
No.
They never threw streamers. There's a generation of Philadelphia fans that go to Big Five schools that never threw streamers on the court. Now they'd probably give you a technical foul. They'd probably tell the fans, you cannot throw streamers on the court.
Oh, you can't. You can.
Pat,
the NCAA made it a rule
to the players.
Pat, do you even know that tradition?
Yeah, I know.
It was fantastic.
I remember the first time I threw a streamer. Not only did they give them out to cheerleaders and whoever, but they showed you how to properly throw it. You have to hold on to the end
and then
let it go. Yeah,
like sideways. You have to throw it sort of sideways.
God, it was so much fun.
It was awesome.
Yeah, so tonight is really, and talking to a couple of the coaches that are going to be coaching there tonight over the past week. They're so pumped up that the Big Five is back to doing this. And
that's great.
It's a special, special thing.
It's nice to see that those who tried to kill the Big Five, it's still somewhat alive.
Yeah.
And Temple, I hate the term, but controls their own destiny. Doesn't exist. But Temple has wins out. They'll be Big Five champs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them play tonight.
They can be Big Five champs.
That does nothing
it's going to
for
be
me.
Does nothing for you at all?
No. When you're in a tournament drought, I don't need to hear about Big Five championships. I need to hear about tournament berths.
See, that's because you see it doesn't. It's what it's done to you though as a fan. You've never experienced it, so it doesn't mean anything.
You're right. I haven't. It's cool. Look, like for me, it's about beating Nova every year, and then other than that, I don't care about the Big Five championship because I didn't grow up with the Big Five the way you guys did.
And I get you.
Raleigh Massimino and Greed, shocker.
Yes, he is greedy.
Took over, so
he was. The all-time City Series can be tied. Temple wins, then the all-time Big Five City Series championships is tied between Temple and Nova. It's one of the reasons why I'd like to see them get it this year.
That would be cool.
I don't want a shared title with Nova this year. I want them to just win the title.
Nova's got to find themselves.
They do.
They have some injuries and stuff, but
I hope they.
Well, yeah.
I'd say in 2028, Pat, maybe 2030. Let them find
How about
themselves.
never?
That's good.
How about
I'm good
never?
with that too. I'm good with that
I
too.
think their coach is too busy finding a cool outfit than finding a play that works. But hey, that crushed velvet's killing it, Kyle Neptune. Good job, bud.
I don't think he's wearing the crushed velvet again.
Oh no, he's not.
No, I don't think he's going to do that.
God, but he looks so good.
He did look sharp though. He looked sharp dressed man.
He looked incredible taking a timeout with 0.2 seconds left, down 4. What a genius move, teaching moment.
The 76ers start another road trip tonight. They're at the Cavaliers tonight. The Grizzlies on Friday, and when I bounce around the NBA channel with all the games on it, Grizzlies are one of those teams that if I see them on and I've got nothing I'm watching and I'm just flipping, the Grizzlies are a team that I find I stick on. They're fun to watch.
They are.
And then Monday night at Houston, so they don't play on a Saturday and a Sunday again. Then they play Monday night at Houston. It's important to keep this positive momentum going, and they are. To me, I'm absolutely fascinated, and Doc Rivers has taken so many bullets in this town for poor coaching decisions or people not liking his approach. But I think it's important to note, I think Doc Rivers has had a really good month. He's had a fantastic month. Things have turned around. This season could have gone off the rails, and it hasn't. And Doc Rivers has to share in some of that praise.
Yeah, because when you're playing the players that you have to play, the Shake Miltons, the Anthony Meltons, guys that haven't been here or have been injured, or younger guys, B-Ball Paul, that don't get that many minutes, well, your coaching's going to get scrutinized because you have to put something together that works. Now, Shake Milton has been phenomenal. I mean, over his last 7 games, 22 points, 6.5 assists, 6 rebounds, shooting 56% from the floor. He's been terrific. D'Anthony Melton's been really good. B-Ball Paul has shown you more things. Now comes the key. Now you get Joel Embiid back. Maxey and Harden aren't too far away. How do you get these guys to continue to be productive for you? And I said to you the other day, John, when we were talking off air, I said he's got to find some way to implement both that fast game and to still get Joel Embiid the ball. Somebody made a comment, I forget what I was watching, I don't know if it was a national show, saying that Joel Embiid made a concentrated effort the other night to come in and say, look, I'm here, but I don't have to be the 59-point guy. I can be just, I'm here when you need me. Well, if that's the case, if that was truly it, he still had 30. And if it's a case where you can play up-tempo, get more guys involved, and he still gets you 30, and he's still that dominant guy who gets you big baskets at the end, that might be the ultimate recipe for success for this team.
And then imagine you get James Harden back reportedly mid-month. It looks like, at least the report yesterday, no later than mid-month of December. And Tyrese Maxey reportedly maybe before Christmas. This could work out well. The Cavaliers, who they face tonight, they're a team, Bob, reminds me of maybe, was it the 2019, I'm trying to think of the Sixers season, when they were so dominant at home and just weren't able to win on the road. They were like a little below 500 or whatever on the road. Never got any traction, but they were like a dominant team at home. Cleveland, to start the year, only 1 loss at home, and they're a couple games below 500 on the road. They're a young team sniffing themselves a little bit. They're an entertaining watch. Cleveland's going to be, this is going to be a fun game to watch tonight.
Yeah, they're up and coming, and that's cool. People have been calling for it for years that it might just be happening. You bring over a Donovan Mitchell, who is your leader.
Yeah.
And that's a different dynamic to go along with some of the young players that they have. This is a good test. It's a good test going into Cleveland, still down some manpower. But I'm anxious to see how this meshes with the young guys playing with Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris has acclimated greatly.
He's done a great job.
I think he's done great with these young guys and how he's played with them. Now it's interesting to see how you implement Joel Embiid and how those other guys still play.
Congratulations to the Flyers on a victory. You'll hear the Sixers tonight, by the way, on the Fanatic. Last night, Flyers on the Fanatic, and they won a game, Pat. And they played well. Maybe one of their most complete games of the year. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I mean, it was a total team effort. Yeah, they played really well.
Broke the winless streak.
They had a 5-on-3 that they had to kill off. They gave up the first goal of the game on that 5-on-3, but then they scored a shorthanded goal. And next thing you know, they exit the first period with a 2-1 lead, never relinquished it. So it's hard to really be all that positive when you just came out of a 10-game losing streak. But, hey, they broke it. So
there you go.
Baby steps in the right direction.
I like it. Winless streak.
Couple more of those 10-game losing streaks, and now we're talking Connor Bedard. So,
you may be looking for one.
There's a lot of positives we can talk about with the old Fly guys.
How many 10-game losing streaks have they had over the last 2 or 3 years?
Well, they had 2 last year, right?
Fletcher's tenure, it's been like 5.
Yeah.
I think they had 2 last season. And then, but again, it's
rough.
not a losing winless. They got the points. They still got some points. Pat, I actually say, though, if you're going to not win games, I'd rather not get points. If you're not going to win the game, then I'd rather not get points.
Well, for this season, yes.
Yes, for this year, right, exactly. Other years, that's fine.
Cup, absolutely,
right, exactly.
But for this year, not the worst case.
Hey, Staples stores are a new world of possible. They've got innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. You can explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. In Cooney's Corner, Bob has a concern, and it seems logical.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
I don't know if it is or not. I'm kind of asking you guys because I don't know. But again, and they won. Let's not forget, the Eagles won on Sunday. They won the game.
Right.
But they faced an upper echelon quarterback who's not having a good year, and the guy scored 33 points on them. And I'm wondering, is this becoming kind of a normal pattern here where when Jonathan Gannon's defense faces good quarterbacks, they don't fare all that well?
I don't think there's any arguing.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any arguing the numbers because nobody would have an argument against saying, yeah, that's sort of been the way that it's been.
I don't put that on Gannon.
Does he coach differently against good quarterbacks, though, is what I'm wondering. Like this weekend, again, we kind of saw a keep everything in front of you type of defense. Now, they're hurt by injury. And I'm not putting this on.
I think they have to play that way right now.
Yeah, maybe they do. But it was brought up to me, and that's what made me think of it, he's never fared all that well against better quarterbacks. And I started thinking, I was like, wow, that's kind of true, isn't it? Last year it was all the talk. Anytime they faced a good quarterback, what they throw. Pat, I think you brought this up before. They completed like 75% of their passes against him.
It was quite a bit.
And look, Rodgers' numbers on Sunday night weren't all that good at all.
He had some great throws, though.
He had some really good throws. But I don't think any of us really came out of that game saying, okay, the defense was really good or the defense did what they had to do. I think it was more of a case the offense won you the game because they put up 40 points. But I'm just wondering, and I'm asking you guys honestly, do you get a feeling that when he faces an upper echelon quarterback, maybe he plays the USA defense that they played yesterday in the second half? Do you think that's more on his mind than in other games? Or is it a fact that, okay, you're playing better quarterbacks, they're going to have good games?
I think it's the head coach's philosophy that he's being asked to execute, too. That's what they didn't think. When I heard them say they didn't feel that game was ever slipping away from them.
Pat said that
trying
also.
To quote that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to quote Nick Sirianni, but that's sort of what was said. It didn't feel like the game was slipping away. To me, there's no argument that when they played good quarterbacks, it happens. Connor points out you can never win a Super Bowl with a top-tier quarterback putting up 33 on you. Oh, yeah, you can. I mean, to me, it's the idea that I want to see them. I want to see a different approach. I think the injuries right now I don't want to see them paying ultra aggressive though. I want them being very cautious.
It just seems things get a little. I'm sorry, Pat. Things get a little different. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
Because I think your guys are looking at it completely wrong. So you're looking at it like,
that makes me feel better.
Quarterback put 33 up, and man, the defense is struggling against a good all-time legend, and we were kind of worried about that coming in. But this is where Green Bay started the field when they scored touchdowns. Green Bay 41, Philadelphia 37-yard line, Philadelphia's 13-yard line, and then the last touchdown, Green Bay actually had to go a majority of the field because they started on their own 25-yard line.
Yeah.
The rest of them were field goals, and I didn't look where they started, but I'm assuming it wasn't that far. So you look at 4 touchdowns scored and they had to go 60 yards or less to score them.
And that's again where
you got crushed by special teams, and then
the Eagles' offense.
Yeah.
And a bad fumble by A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, when you're starting on your opponent's 37-yard line, it's not many first downs you need to get first and goal. The one was Philadelphia's 13-yard line.
This is where I think people look at it like the Washington game, and I'll insist on it. When you turn, even though the one turnover didn't matter, you turn the ball over 3 legitimate times, and you're asking your defense to do, and then it's like, well, the defense is to blame. No, the offense sucked. And the offense can't do that to them in games like that. And special teams the other night. Special teams can't put you in holes like that.
No, that was horrible. And
it was bad.
I thought something might be done before this week with the special teams, and maybe we will. Maybe we'll see something different come Sunday, that they have some starters out there on special teams. But as far as the kicking the ball into the end zone or out of the end zone, which is what Nick Sirianni said they want to try to do, it appears that what's-his-face just can't do it.
What's his face?
That kicker guy. It just seems like they can't get the ball out of the end zone when they want to. And that seems to be a real problem. You're going to see teams returning at 6-7. Unless Jake Elliott can can get that ball out of the end zone each and every time, you're going to see returns against this Eagles special teams.
I just looked it up. So the 2 field goals that Green Bay hit, the one was started off on their own 25. The other one started off on their own 47.
Yeah.
It's like the majority of the scoring plays by Green Bay on Sunday were incredible field positions.
Yeah, I had all the numbers on Monday. Yeah, it was crazy. You're right, Pat.
I think it's a deceiving
Eagles
score.
Gave up the worst field position in the NFL for that week's slate. I saw that on NFL Live. So, and you look at that, that's bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's really bad.
Especially on a defense that's really hurt with injury right now, with 3 starters probably going to be out on Sunday.
Ryan.
This Reed Blankenship thing, I've been amazed at how much has been made. And it was a great interception. And I didn't see it coming, and he read it, and it was a great interception. And then it's the side note of, and he took one bad angle on a play. He took a horrible angle on a play that led to like a 60-yard touchdown.
He did.
That could have cost them the game. There's a reason Reed Blankenship wasn't.
To happen though when guys are being thrown in that have played minimal snaps in an NFL career. I expect them to be exploited.
Exactly, and I'm not casting judgment on him for being that. There's a reason he wasn't drafted. There's a reason he doesn't play all that much. But that could become a real problem on Sunday, especially when you're probably going to load the box to try to stop the run. Kind of leaves those guys in the secondary out on an island.
Pat, there's a lot on your mind this morning. I know. And without Coach, are you doing all right?
I'm fine.
Doing all right? And Coach?
We lit some candles in here for Coach.
You did. He'll be here.
So he's always in our mind.
He's always with us.
Yeah, so look, the Sixers have played really, really good basketball since the injuries have taken place. It's surprising a little bit because of who they were missing, and Embiid came back last game, but I don't think a lot of people expected when you saw the rash of injuries for them to rattle off the wins that they have. And while the wins are great, and I know this sounds like a typical Philadelphia sports radio thing.
What?
I can't help but think that the short-sightedness by this franchise has reared its ugly head again, because watching some of these games and watching who they're throwing out there, I got to be honest, I'm pining a little bit for Isaiah Joe and Charles Bassey.
Okay, I never thought I'd hear that.
And I'm wondering if I'm the only one. Now, I say this because when they signed Montrezl Harrell, I went like, do you really need him?
You did say that on the show, too.
I don't have a problem with him. I think he's obviously an NBA player and former sixth man and all that, but I wanted them to develop Charles Bassey because, as I've said a lot of times, you need to develop the younger players because of their cheap contracts, so you have the cap space and take advantage of it. Something the Miami Heat do constantly. They cut Charles Bassey. They cut Isaiah Joe. Furkan Korkmaz got 19 minutes of the night against Atlanta.
Jeez.
Scored 2 points. He's not out there for his defense. We all know that. I look, when all these injuries and everyone gets healthy, Furkan Korkmaz is not going to be playing 19 minutes, but at least if they kept Isaiah Joe, I would have known what you had in Isaiah Joe. It would have been getting valuable minutes, and you might have been able to turn that into something, right? So the Montrezl Harrell signing on the surface doesn't seem like a lot because he signed the veteran minimum, but that's $2 million that you could have used at the deadline that you could have acquired something else if you kept Charles Bassey. So while I'm watching them, and they're playing well, obviously, and Shake Milton's a huge part of that, guy that I've crapped on a lot, but he's been coming up big. I'm sitting there going like, yeah, great. I wish they kept those guys because this would have been the perfect time to see what you had in them. Am I?
I don't think you're alone at all.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Right or wrong, and I don't know this particular situation, but I have seen it in years past. Upper management kind of gets to the point of, well, we want them to get their shot, and it's not going to be here. Now, did they do Charles Bassey? Did they do those guys a favor, Isaiah Joe, by saying, you know what, it's just not going to happen here. We'd rather you have or not rather, but we're going to give you the opportunity to have a shot somewhere else. I don't know if that was the case in this situation, but I know it has been the case other years. And maybe it was, because I don't know how much time they would have gotten here at all. But I hear you, Pat.
I don't know also. I don't know if I would even care that much had I not watched Rashawn Holmes blossom into a really, really good piece for Sacramento. After, you'd see him come in the rare opportunity that Brett would play him, and you're like, dude, this guy should be playing over Amir Johnson. And Bob, you've talked about that a lot. So it's kind of a little PTSD of Rashawn Holmes and letting the guy get away. But, yeah, nothing against the guys they have now, the guys they're playing, but I feel like this rash of injuries, that would have been the perfect opportunity, and they let it get away.
I heard you Saturday expound a little bit on this on Wake and Cake, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I just say it now because I didn't know if anyone was listening then.
I love Wake and Cake.
When they found out Andrew wasn't in, they might have tuned out, so I wanted to regurgitate it, but
glad to see they stuck around.
I appreciate you listening.
I do enjoy it. All right, coming up, the Titans have a resume that might scare you. It shouldn't. I'll tell you why. John Kincade Show, 97.5 The Fanatic. World Soccer Match Madness was alive and well yesterday afternoon, and it's going to be crazy Saturday morning when the USA takes on the Netherlands. You want to wager on it? Of course you do. You want to use the BetParx app to do it. You can get a risk-free bet up to $750 and sportsbook bonus back if your first bet's not a winner when you register at betparx.com. They got all the terms and conditions for you there. It is awesome to be able to tonight be able to wager on the 76ers if you're interested. The Flyers break their streak last night. And looking ahead to Sunday, it's a 5-point game against the Tennessee Titans. Line moving towards the Titans. Why? Maybe you jump on board now. The public sometimes doesn't know what they're talking about. Bet on individual player performances, who scores touchdowns, who scores points, who gets your rebounds tonight. Join us on the BetParx app. You got to be 21 and you must be present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. I hate Steven Singer.
That's cute.
So the holidays are coming and I hate to ask, but I need some ideas.
You can't go wrong with my diamond stud earrings. They are a fantastic gift.
Diamond studs? Sounds expensive.
Get this, our diamond studs grow.
What do I have to do? Water them?
No, I have a lifetime trade-in available on all diamond studs. Get what makes sense for you now, and you could always grow into a larger pair. You get 100% full trade-in.
100%? Gotta be a catch, right?
Nope, you get 100% of what you invested back, and we sell more diamond studs than any other single store in the country. So you can be confident we know what we're doing.
I think I just ran out of reasons to hate you.
Visit IHateStevenSinger.com and check out my Anita Diamond Studs. Experts are always available to help you pick out the perfect pair.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-989-8906 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-989-8906. That's 800-989-8906. What do you have to lose? Call 800-989-8906. Again, 800-989-8906.
Hi guys, it's Andrew with Oak Hills Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical breakthrough that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's proven to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED and turn back the clock in the bedroom, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, we'll also include something unique that produces immediate results in the bedroom. I don't think I've ever heard of it failing. This offer is worth $600, but it's free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic now to qualify for this unprecedented offer. 215-302-9999.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program. Terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
You can't always see bad weather coming, so it's essential that you're able to see through it when you drive. Michelin wiper blades with advanced technology hug your windshield like a Michelin tire hugs the road, channeling away water, snow, and ice so you can see clearly, drive confidently, and breathe easy. Michelin wiper performance, clearer than ever. Upgrade to Michelin premium wipers today at Walmart, Amazon, National Tire and Battery, and other fine retailers.
It's because you know how much I love locally owned and operated businesses here in Philadelphia. So when I found out that Peruzzi Nissan wanted to be part of the Anthony Gargano show, I was thrilled. Fred Peruzzi, his family, they've been owners for over 40 years. These guys have been a pillar of the community. They themselves supporting local business. That's how they live their mission. Our business is you. The newer certified pre-owned vehicle on your list is at Peruzzi Nissan right now. Visit them on Lincoln Highway in Fairless Hills or at any time at PeruzziNissan.com. And remember, at Peruzzi, our business is you.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
FanDuel Sportsbook, it's just the best, and so is FanDuel Casino because they're giving you a free chance to spin and win today and every day. Introducing FanDuel Casino Reward Machine, a free-to-play game giving you a shot to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus every day. It brings you all the excitement of playing FanDuel Casino games for free. Every day at 6 p.m., you get 3 chances to spin the Reward Machine reels. There are 3 ways to win. 1, match any 3 symbols for an instant win. 2, collect symbols each day for a chance to win weekly prizes. Or 3, win up to $2,000 if you collect 3 trophies. So what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Casino app by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start playing Reward Machine today. That's FanDuel.com/Bob. No purchase necessary, 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yep, this is really happening. You're listening to us knuckleheads instead of doing something that you could be productive in.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hopefully your Wednesday morning's going well. The 7 a.m. hour is brought to you by the all-new BetParx app. Sportsbook and casino in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Check it on out, that BetParx app. Bob, you were just asking about the Lawrence Park PJs in Broomall.
Yeah.
And it's weird as I go through emails here, and I'm seeing that it's been slammed. So, Pat, the Lawrence Park PJs, a huge hit. Now, Havertown, Broomall, Springfield all can converge on their own PJs right over there. We'll be there on December the 15th. So those who are want to come on by, we look forward to seeing you there for a happy hour on December 15th. Before we get to this, I know Tom in Alabama's been holding on. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Good, John. How you doing?
I'm doing well, buddy. What's going on?
Well, there's a lot of positive to take from the Eagles, and being they're like 23rd in least penalized team, which surprises me. But, as far as the special teams, Pat just called it. I mean, if we can't get what's-his-face to kick the ball out of the end zone, man, I don't care if you get Joe Blow in there and it's a roster spot to kick the ball out of the end zone because it's going to wind up burning us just like Hoskins Field did. Is that what we're supposed to do? Wait?
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand the mentality either. And it's obvious that maybe there's a little bit of that Jake Elliott right now is still coming back from the injury where they had to bring in Dicker, the kicker. And so, look, it's understandable. He may be struggling a little bit with it, but it's killing the team right now. And I still would say it would be well worth it to at least consider it.
Yeah,
consider doing that.
Britton Covey, I don't know what he's actually doing on a roster spot right now. If they're not going to use him to return kicks and punts, he's waving his arm and fair catching them almost all the time. I wouldn't be against having a specialist come in that can kick the ball out of the end zone every time. It could turn into a real problem.
Dallas is at 85%. touchbacks. Washington is at 81.82% touchbacks. I'm looking at other playoff teams. Baltimore, 77.42. Miami, 74.19. The Eagles are at 70% right now, 7 out of 10. And the last three, though, it's trending poorly. 62% in the last three.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah,
that's where it's getting to be a problem.
It used to be standard that Elliott would kick the ball out of the end zone, and it's just not anymore. And it must be that ankle, whatever it is. But they have to address it. How else can you hide it? It's a very easily solvable problem. You find someone that can kick the ball out of the end zone, and the other night it would have saved you 3 times of kickoff returns over 30 yards. I mean, it's common sense.
Yeah, it is. It's just if that doesn't happen, if you kick it through the end zone, it's a totally different game.
If the USA loses on Saturday, bring one of those soccer guys over here to kick it. Get Carly Lloyd. I don't care. Get somebody in there to kick the ball out of the end zone.
I'd be fine with that. I mean, just at least don't ignore it.
No.
You can't ignore it. So you need to make sure that you pay attention to that. A lot of people are concerned about the Titans rolling in this weekend. Wow, they're 7-4. I keep hearing that. That's a 7-4 football team. Well, Google can be your friend. They're 7-4. When they play losing teams, they're 6-0, Pat.
Why can't Bing be your friend? You always go Google.
I do go Google.
Some of us Bing.
I don't go, and I know people who do Yahoo.
What?
Yes,
What
they search on
losers?
Yahoo. Losers.
Nerds.
We both point fun at them. They're 6-0 versus losing teams, and they're 1-4 versus winning teams. That's the truth about your Tennessee Titans. I mean, it's the Titans, man. Don't take them lightly. That's a 7-4 team. And I'm not saying it's a foregone conclusion you win, But when the Titans play good teams, they lose. Like when they play the 7-4 Giants, they lost. When they play the Buffalo Bills, they lost. When they play the Kansas City Chiefs, they lost. When they played the Cincinnati Bengals, they lost. So who have the Titans beaten? This team that rolls into Philly this weekend. They beat Las Vegas, one of the worst teams in the NFL, by 2. They beat the Colts. They beat the Colts again. They beat Houston. They beat Denver. And they beat Green Bay. The only team that they won with a winning record is the Washington Commanders. That's their one win. The Tennessee Titans look like a lot of empty calories. That's a 7-4 record, but let it be known, when they've played good teams, they have come up small. They have not come up big, so it's the Eagles' job to just not let them hang around, because this is a team that beats up on weak sisters and then doesn't have an answer when they play good teams.
Yeah, you'd like the Eagles to get out there and just make it a no doubt about her early on.
Like when it was 13-0 the other night?
Yeah, get a lead early like they did the other night, but force Tennessee to have to throw the ball. Now, you get a lead the other night, but you're still facing Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
And he goes down there out there and makes some really good throws and does some good things to get Green Bay the lead in that game. But I would love for the Eagles to go out there and get a lead, force Tannehill to throw a little bit more. Now, he had a good throwing game last week.
He did
333 or something like that. Yeah. But I'd rather force them to do that than Derrick Henry getting the ball 22, 25 times and pounding it at you. He's still probably going to get that. Eagles could get a 14, 17-0 lead, 17-3 lead, and it's their best offensive choice is to give the ball to Derrick Henry. Yeah. It's going to happen. You know it's coming.
They shouldn't abandon it. If you're Tennessee, you do not abandon giving the ball to Derrick Henry.
Unless it gets late and you're down a couple of scores. No, and especially with how suspect the Eagles' defense has been against the run lately.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Vrabel, to his credit, and I mean, I find him extremely annoying, but he's probably the best Belichick disciple and one of the best coaches in the league. You know, he came in and did this crazy thing of like, I have this monster of a running back in Derrick Henry. So instead of doing the normal thing in the NFL now of having multiple backs and no, I'm just going to go to like 1995 football and just pound the rock with this guy. And he's had amazing success with it. The attack, like you're not going to see that on Sundays. I mean, you're fooling yourself. But I think it's a game where you want to kind of keep the ball out of their hands in a way. You want to control that clock and have a similar style you had on Sunday of running the football your own and controlling that pace. And because he terrifies me. Derrick Henry absolutely terrifies me. I think he's the best back in football. He's the best back we've seen in a long time. I obviously want to see them have to force Ryan Tannehill to throw the ball. But I just think it's easier said than done. I mean, that's a guy that 3rd and 9, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
he went for 291 last week to correct ourselves. So he's close to 300. We were both,
I think he's averaging 300 the last 2 weeks. So, I mean, but again, when I'll let Ryan Tannehill throw a bunch underneath crap all day long.
Yeah.
And count on him to at some point make a mistake. Or our team to make a play. Because the Eagles have been making plays all year long. They're missing some guys, but I keep waiting for word on Jordan Davis. We should hear some word today. Yesterday was off day.
Yeah, back at it
players.
Today.
Back at it today. That's what I'm holding my breath on, because if Jordan Davis is coming back and sort of seemed that way, Nakobe said it yesterday. He's healthy, so that sounds good.
Yeah,
that was the answer. And Bob, you went right to it. He said he's healthy.
Yeah, I was encouraged to seeing him like jog into the locker room. The postgame picked that up. I told you guys yesterday on NBC Sports.
So you feel a little better with that?
It felt way better.
Yes.
I mean, the fact that he's literally jogging in and feel like, okay. I mean, high ankle sprain. That he looked good in that 3-second clip of him jogging. Now it's way different, but you figure he's going to have his ankle
because this leverage, right? Exactly,
and taped and everything. So I'm confident he'll play, and I think he's a way bigger addition in this game than, say, an Avonte Maddox who can't come back until the Giants game.
And that looks good from what the whispers were yesterday around media, that Avonte Maddox coming back for the Giants game.
Like losing
makes you smile.
Avonte Maddox, CJ Gardner-Johnson is huge, but for this game upcoming, it's not nearly as big as
having Jordan Davis back.
Any other game, yeah, because you know what Tennessee's going to do.
Hey, did you know that 97.5 The Fanatic's Holiday Wheel will be back? We're going to spin the Holiday Wheel 3 times a day with our show at 8, with Anthony Gargano at 12, and with the best show ever at 4 p.m. And you're going to have a chance to win some amazing prizes. So you register now at 97.5thefanatic.com, and starting Monday, December the 12th, we'll start calling names. And the Fanatic Holiday Wheel is presented by Rally House. Every wheel spinner automatically receives a $50 Rally House gift card just for being the winner. Rally House, your city, your house, Rally House. Shut your mouth. Go to Rally House. Register for the Holiday Wheel right now. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com, and we may be calling your name. We may be calling your name.
Can't go wrong with Rally House.
The $50 gift card to Rally House? I think that's a winner anytime.
Absolutely,
Pat,
yeah.
You could go in and get a new, what would it be? What would it
I wanted a Castellanos jersey when he signed, and even though he didn't have a good year, I haven't gone back on that.
You still considering it?
Well, because I made the choice to get one, I just never followed through on it. So I'll follow through with that. I'm not gonna go back on it because he had a down year.
So our son,
I'm expecting a bigger year, by the way.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah. He'll be fine this year. That's my off-season prediction. But our son, Kyle, asked for an Eagles jersey this Christmas. I'll let you guys get 3 guesses on who he wanted the jersey to be. Who he wants the jersey to be.
Reed Blankenship.
I'm not even going to count that as a guess.
Jake Elliott.
Okay. Okay, now you got me wondering here. I'm going to say he wants Devontae Smith.
Incorrect. Pat.
I will go with Jordan Davis.
Incorrect. John, last one.
Gosh, you got me.
You can have one more.
Josh Sweat.
No. All right, Pat, last one.
Oh, sounds like I got close, Pat. By the hesitation.
You did get close.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No, I don't know how to.
I love it when Bob will give you that answer.
How about, that's kind of close. You're on the right positions. Jason Kelsey.
He wants the historic jersey.
He wants
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you can wear that forever.
It's safe.
Right.
It's very, very safe. Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Now, will you do that? You won't get him the gift card. You'll get him the jersey.
I won't get him anything. I don't do
His mama will.
His mom will probably take care of it. Well, Kyle listens to this show.
Kyle?
So I can't say whether she's going to get it or not.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Well, did he ask Santa when he sits on Santa's lap, what's he asking Santa for? I don't know. I mean, he's got his own place. He's got he's a young man in the working world.
He's got a beautiful Christmas tree that his mom and dad bought him and had delivered to him. So,
my gosh.
Yeah, he's doing all right for himself.
The Coonies love their Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle,
just
Kyle,
ask
you
Jenna.
were so loved.
She hates it.
You were so loved, Kyle.
How much his mom
That's
loved.
great. Hey, Liberty Mutual Insurance.
At the same time.
You only pay for what you need. I don't think they got him that for Christmas.
Well, you can ask Santa for that. Absolutely. I do every year.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and your home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Is that why you were asked not to go back to the Granite Run Mall?
Yeah.
And they closed the mall because of it?
Santa, it got to the point where I walked up and Santa went, "It ain't happening, kid.
Not happening."
Like he just because it's been at least 10 years I've been asking for the same thing, and I haven't gotten it. I don't know what they're doing up there in the North Pole, but
Santa was Christina.
I think I would know.
Christina and Liv were in the mall, and Santa Claus had nobody on his lap. Like nobody was on his lap, and my wife says to Liv, "Come on, you know you want to." You want to go sit on Santa's lap. And she goes, "Seriously, Mom?" She goes, "Come on, let me get a picture." And she went and sat on Santa's lap.
Oh, me and
Got
my
a
mom
picture.
do it every year.
She got a picture.
Me and my mom, and now I'll drag Jack. But yeah, me and my mom
you
do it
should.
every year. Yeah, we get a picture with Santa.
You should get a picture with Santa.
Because you can't, here's the thing, you can't risk it. With all due respect to the United States Postal Service, you can't risk your letter with them.
No, you want to tell Santa your gift list.
This
right.
isn't the Easter Bunny.
You do
know
both.
You're getting candy from the Easter Bunny.
You
So
tell them and you remind them with a letter.
Yeah, you have to show up in person and say, by the way, in case it got lost in the mail, I'm going to be requesting the same thing I do every year.
2 chicks at the same time, man.
And what does he say? You say that with your mom on his lap too? That's sort of embarrassing.
Hopefully you wait for T-Dog to...
I tell her to earmuff it.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
And when she does that, she can't hear a thing.
Does she say the same thing to you? And maybe she says to him 2 dudes at the same time. You don't know.
You never know.
She wants a new uncle.
I remember the the teachers that when you're a kid and you just go, man, she's so pretty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You always remember her hot
I
teacher.
remember Miss Feary. And I remember doing we helped the first graders do their letters with Santa. So they would do the letters to Santa.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fun. I remember Miss Feary putting that all together. And boy, was she. I wonder whatever happened to Miss Feary.
I wonder whatever happened to Cheryl Oshelin.
She was adorable. And she was such a sweet teacher. And it's just awesome.
Genevieve Shope should hit me up. I wonder what she's up to.
See what she's doing? Hey, if OBJ joins the Dallas Cowboys, as expected, what team has the better wide receiver core? The Eagles or the Cowboys? So just assuming that it's Devontae Smith, it's A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins is your top 3.
Right. I think familiarity, I think being with each other all season long, knowing schemes, all that, I still think the advantage goes to the Eagles. And OBJ is also coming off an injury.
Two major injuries in 3 years.
Don't know how and when you come back from an injury like that, when you're a veteran, it's not that injury that you're so concerned with when they come back. Then it's a hamstring. Then it's soreness elsewhere because they haven't played in so long. So I still give the nod to the Eagles. It's scary what Dallas will put together. But right now, and for a few weeks at least, I would still give the nod to the Eagles.
Who is the better running backs, Pat?
I would go with Dallas. But
I would too.
But I think it's close. I think Dallas has the better running backs, the better room, but I think Miles Sanders is a better number 1 than Tony Pollard. But it's really close.
I like Sanders better than Pollard.
But
this year.
I like Zeke better than Boston
So
Scott.
do I.
Who's your number 2 running back on the Eagles?
Gainwell.
Kenneth Gainwell.
Either.
No?
You don't. Joe, you're going to say Jalen Hurts, you son
exactly.
of a... Look
See,
at
I
you.
hate that. The thing is, though, that's what I hate.
You can hate
and
it.
Pat hates it, too.
But it's true.
Yeah, but I hate it.
And that's fine, but it's true.
But you can't deny the fact that it is.
No,
accurate.
it is. And I'm telling you, if this season gets derailed because somebody pops Jalen Hurts on one of these 4th and 1, or in the dog pile, he gets his ankle turned or anything like that, and this season gets derailed because they didn't bring in a big back to be able to get you 1 yard on the 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I'm going to be pissed off. It will be. Every time I hold my breath. I worry about it. Pop the shoulder, He takes too many hits.
As successful as it is, that 4th and 1, 4th and 2 play that they run, the only thing I ever think of when they're about to run it is, God, look at all that humanity there.
Yes.
You're talking 22 bodies, and 21 of them are going after number 1.
A broken rib. Come on.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
I don't love it. I love that it works, and it's a good scheme and all.
It could work with a big back, too.
It could.
It could really work with a big back, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. They have to really start thinking about how many hits he's taken.
Is there a possibility, though, that Dallas has better talent at the skill positions? Now, the offensive line, the Eagles' offensive line is clearly superior.
Yeah.
But at the skill positions, I'm not so sure that Dallas isn't better. If you just talk about all the skill position talent on the offensive side of the ball, I think their depth chart's better.
So the Eagles get the nod when Goddard's healthy there, right? 3 wide receivers compared to their wide receivers if they get OBJ back or not back, but if they get him in and he's back to being healthy, he's a great receiver.
He is. He can be, yes. He would give them a slight nod if he was totally healthy and totally ready. I don't know if he is. He edges out Quez.
Yes.
I mean, there's no discussion there. Even though Quez, I am really proud of him bouncing back.
Yeah.
Because he now is becoming a little bit of a weapon.
Yeah.
And they're finding ways to use him.
Yeah, and Pascal, although not used, I really think he's a good professional receiver. And if you needed him, I have confidence he could get a job done.
Baldy has broken down some of the times, I think previously where Pascal, where it's like the players you don't. I love it when Baldy will point out stuff like the players you're not paying attention to.
You always notice Pascal on the wide receiver, the bubble screens, because he's always out there.
And he's helped Goddard a few times.
Yeah, and a lot of times he does get highlighted on the broadcast. They'll point out, but when they don't even, you'll notice he's sealing off his block. He's kind of an unsung hero, but you're right. When you throw him the ball, he does that crazy thing and like he catches it.
That's where I love the.
I like that in a wide receiver.
That's where I love, and that's why we DVR. I have DVR'd NFL Live every day, and some days I don't watch it, and some days I'll see what they're talking about. If they're doing some stupid, tell me who the coach you want the most with 2 minutes to go in a game, I'm not watching. But I'll fast forward. When they do the video boards and the breakdowns and stuff, I love that. I love it most. It's weird, as I always tell you, Bob, is that I love it most on basketball, on Malika Andrews' show.
Yeah.
When they go to the board and Kendrick Perkins or Mr. Sport Coat over the hoodie, what's his name? Oh, gosh, I can never think of his name.
Oh, I thought Orlovsky started that.
I love that.
Somebody else?
No, it's from NBA.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. Jefferson.
Oh, Richard Jefferson.
Richard Jefferson.
Yeah.
I love when they break down on the big board because that's where I sit and watch that I could watch that for like an hour show every day.
Did you guys watch the breakdown of Orlovsky going to another sport? Orlovsky and the two other guys on the show, and I don't know their names and I apologize, broke down the Eagles' run defense yesterday? That was scary.
It is scary.
I mean, Orlovsky basically saying bad. Orlovsky basically showing them getting pushed wherever they could go. And they broke it down so cool when they're saying, as an offense, you want to seal here and seal here, and it's exactly what they wanted to do. And they said numerous times they were able to do that against the Eagles.
It was troublesome.
It was.
That was a troublesome segment.
It was, and it also showed, and, we all love Slay, but his...
Not the run game.
I don't want to say inability, but his unwanting to come down. They're saying, look, this specifically calls for a cornerback to come down the line and make a play here on a running back, and you see him kind of standing up straight saying, business decision, not today.
Hey, I don't blame him for that.
Nor do I. Nor do I. But
when the run defense sucks, I do.
I do. I feel like cornerbacks a lot of times, I know we gotta wrap it up, but I feel like they get it's a no-win in a way. Like, Slay is so good at sealing off his guy and picking off the ball, but now it's like, but he doesn't tackle.
I'm okay. You're right. I'm okay with it too. Yeah.
Like, you're never getting that 5-tool guy that does it all. I'll take what I get from Darius Slay, other than a cornerback getting burnt, but is willing to get downhill and tackle.
Well, it seems like him and Bradbury both don't want to, though.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at them. They're like,
I understand.
They're twigs.
But that's a little bit of a potential when you have two really great cornerbacks this year. How do you attack them? What's a way you can make them less effective? And teams are
the book is out. Yeah, the book is absolutely out.
Dan Orlovsky giving away secrets, though, and that was a great breakdown. And I know it's been shared on social media.
And it was scary as hell.
It was scary as hell. I don't like it. Don't pay attention to it. Nobody from Tennessee should watch that. Hey, the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app, odds, slots, bets, and games all coming together. Perfect harmony right in your pocket. Get the BetParks app today. Coming up, a lacerated kidney has people thinking nostalgic. What do you think? We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. Did you know rural counties in the United States have a lower incidence of cancer, but they have higher death rates? Or that black men are 90% more likely to die from prostate cancer compared to white men? Or Hispanic patients have more than double the mortality rate for liver cancer compared to white patients? It's John Kincade for the AACR, the American Association for Cancer Research. And I can tell you that as a two-time cancer survivor and having access at the time to the latest treatments, amazing doctors and everything, has allowed me to be cancer-free for 24 years. Unfortunately, not everybody has that same access to great care that I did. And that's why the AACR works so hard, tirelessly, with over 50,000 researchers worldwide being funded to try to find the latest breakthroughs in cancer research. The AACR, the official charity of our show, right now they need your help to continue life-saving cancer research. And if you donate now, we will triple your gift. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR to help us defeat cancer. That's 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR.
The John Kincade Show.
They put it on the air? Of course they put it on the air. It was a big success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, listen up. Losing weight not only helps your overall health, but research shows that it also can increase testosterone levels, which can resolve ED and low libido. It can help a multitude of things. With NJ Diet, losing weight takes only 40 days. That's right, up to 40 days to lose it contractually 20 to 40 plus pounds. Weight loss is contractually guaranteed. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work to personalize natural formulas and supplements where the side effect is weight loss. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds guaranteed. NJ Diet is all natural, no shots, no hormones, no counting points, no prepackaged foods. Ew. No surgery. Schedule an initial consult. One of their convenient locations. Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, Newark, Delaware, from the comfort of your home with live online video consultations. No matter how much weight you need to lose, NJ Diet is for you. Don't wait for your doctor to give you bad news, then try to figure it out. Stay ahead of your health by calling 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET, or visit njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Honey, I did it.
You did what?
I switched us to T-Mobile.
Really?
Did you see those rate hikes from AT&T and Verizon this year? With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, they won't raise our rates for talk, text, and data ever.
T-Mobile won't raise the rate ever?
Happy New Year!
Is our T-Mobile rate the same?
Yeah!
Nice.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
You too. Say, is our T-Mobile rate still the same?
It is. Happy 4th of July!
Same T-Mobile rate?
Yes, it is. Happy Labor Day.
Still the same?
Yes! It's still the same rate.
This holiday, make the switch from Verizon and AT&T to T-Mobile. With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise the rate of your talk, text, and data ever. And you'll avoid those random rate hikes. Get even more at T-Mobile.
Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. Price Lock guarantees rate plan price of current on-network service for eligible lines on new accounts. See details at T-Mobile.com.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you'll find top brand kitchen appliances with innovative features that can do more, so your holidays can be more. Ovens with built-in air fryers for baking the perfect cookies. Dishwashers with smart tech to clean everything from bakeware to festive mugs. And high-capacity refrigerators to keep leftovers fresh. Final days to shop Black Friday savings and get up to 30% off, plus instantly save up to $750 on select GE kitchen packages at the Home Depot. Ends November 30th. How doers get more done. Offer valid November 2nd through November 30th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Main wreckage on the south side of the tracks. Report of male driver, late 20s, severe injuries.
Copy that. Can you see the vehicle?
No, it's way up there. I heard a witness say the stop arm was down, but he tried to beat the train anyway.
Too many drivers are killed crossing railroad tracks, even though they know a train is approaching. What they don't know is, even after it breaks, a train can take up to a mile to stop.
Requesting ambulance stretcher to shuttle crash victim back to the road.
Copy.
Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Pennsylvania's veterans are heroes. They spend their military careers helping others through service. We recognize these heroes who return to civilian life and continue that commitment to service through farming and agriculture. Look for the PA Preferred Homegrown by Heroes label and buy products made by veterans in Pennsylvania. Supporting veteran businesses is a way to say thank you and show that we support our farmers and veterans every day. PA Preferred, rooted in Pennsylvania, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
The life of a Philly sports fan is a wild ride. Some years we fly high, some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game. Shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on SEPTA. On the way to the tailgate, coin toss, and kickoff, the Broad Street line takes us from home to home field, and this season home free thanks to Bet Parks. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home. Sponsored by Bet Parks at iSEPTAPhilly.com.
Deep in the bowels of your building's basement, the wastewater pump system handles everything that comes from the bowels of your building's workers. Who can you trust to make sure that wastewater flows from your building to the city's water treatment facility? Pumpman Philly, the experts in wastewater system troubleshooting, emergency repairs, maintenance, and replacement. When your pumps go down, don't crap your pants. Call Pumpman Philly at 833-559-PUMP. 833-559-PUMP. PumpmanPhilly.com.
Win a pair of tickets to Anthony Gargano's Feast of the Seven Fishes presented by Baroni Feeney Wine. Join the Fanatic crew at Taunton Forge Liquors in Medford, New Jersey, Friday, December 2nd from 5 to 6 p.m. For details, visit the events page on 975thefanatic.com.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Racing hot rods this year. The Hess truck's here.
A flatbed truck with lights, sounds, and 2 racing hot rods. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
Hey, guys, you know what?
To the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. What are you saying about Coach being missing? What's going on?
Nah, we just had a little miscommunication, and it was my fault.
If Coach were here, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Is what he said. And
Coach is on top of things.
But luckily, Coach texted me he's on his way. So
we love you, Coach.
Big Possum is on the way.
Big Possum's probably on Route 30 right now, coming down across Lancaster Avenue.
Oh, he's coming in hot.
So be careful.
Yeah, he's coming in very hot.
Be careful, Coach. He's staying.
Watch out.
He is. He'll be in the mix. Sixers Cavs tonight, 7 o'clock on the Fanatic. Heavy Chevy just talking about the. You were the last kid, Bob, in your family. I was the last kid in mine. Pat, you were an only.
Oh yeah,
so
much the first and the
like
last.
Liv,
My parents saw me. They said
you're the centerpiece. You're the centerpiece of your family, much like my daughter.
I don't know about the centerpiece, Johnny, but I appreciate it.
Well, who else would have been? Did you have a family dog that was the centerpiece?
It's.
Is this a sore subject? I mean,
yeah, I think tears are coming. Maybe we should move on.
It's kind of like when you make something in art class and it's the only thing you've ever made, but it's not good.
Oh no.
Centerpiece? No, you put it in the drawer and you forget about it until it's time to move. That was me.
Wow.
The way your mom is so in love with you.
No.
Yes, she is.
No.
She adores you. She absolutely adores you. Pat's lying to you, folks. He's absolutely lying. T-Dog loves her son.
She tolerates me.
I've seen her put her two hands, like flat hands, on his face. Like when she's
it's separately and it's in a slapping.
She
form.
just adores you. She is such a great lady. Is she back? She back from her trip yet?
She
or
did.
Not?
She texted me. She's trying to. She's blowing up my phone about Tinseltown tickets.
Oh,
which we did last year.
Is that the one up? Is that the one at the Spectrum? Or
it's at Oaks.
At Oaks. That's
incredible.
The one at 422 right there.
Yeah, if you're looking for like something to do for the family, like
yes.
It's cool. Especially if you have little kids. The lights are cool, and
we have a hookup for.
They have adult beverages. Well, she was asking if we have a hookup.
I think we do, maybe.
Because all of a sudden, she blows up my phone asking for things. She calls it restitution.
Hey, if you need tickets, you call Pat.
She wants restitution. So
I learned that.
There you go.
For all those drives to the hockey games and stuff.
She should have something coming for her. I heard that, and then the one that they do down at the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, we went to that last year.
Really nice. You liked it?
Yeah, it was cool.
There you go.
It was cool. Lots of lights.
You got to have fun stuff. I said, I was telling Bob this morning, I said, we'll be out Friday night to see the Westchester Christmas Parade on Friday night. So we're going to go do an early dinner and then go to the Westchester Christmas Parade where Adam Joseph is like the grand marshal of the event. In fact, he's doing Channel 6 weather from 4 to 6 right down there in Westchester,
That's
too.
Cool.
So, I mean, get out there and get festive. We can all get together again.
We did the train ride with Santa last year, which was awesome.
Where was that?
I think it was Strasburg. Maybe it was about an hour away.
And it was really cool. Santa.
Yeah. I mean, Jack loved it. Like Santa comes around to the kids and he gives them a candy cane and takes their letters and
Oh, that's cool.
You're on a train, so that's cool.
We're having breakfast with Santa on Saturday.
You know breakfast?
Yeah.
Before soccer though.
No, I don't know I got to find out what time it is. I imagine it's going to be during soccer.
Tell Santa to be there earlier.
I'll tell you, like, the perception of Santa that all he does is sleep for 364 days a year and he just wakes up and work. Completely not the case.
He's all over
He's
the
on
place.
trains. He's at breakfast.
So booked. Yeah.
I mean, he's really good. We did the train.
Shout out to the big guy.
We did the train like 6 weeks back or whatever at Jim Thorpe.
Okay.
Through the hills. It was spectacular.
Yeah, it's cool.
It was really, really good.
I like a train ride.
I love trains. Absolutely obsessed with trains. And I don't know why. I'm obsessed with architecture. Like, we're seeing my nephew took his mom to France.
Mm-hmm.
And he's sending all these pictures because my wife has not been and we want to go at some point. And so he's sending her all these pictures. And Christina's telling me the story of where they are. And I'm like, all I'm looking at is the architecture.
Yeah, is it true in the Kincade you have a fat head of Gustav Eiffel?
I do not, even though she's obsessed with it. Like, Christina really wants to go. I had got her a trip when we were first married. I got her a trip to take her to France because she'd never gone to Paris. And the war broke out the week before, the Gulf War. And they were burning American flags at the Eiffel Tower. And they literally said, Americans, you can stay home. And the airlines gave you full refunds on your airfare.
Yeah, you could just say you're Canadian.
So we went back to where we were married, Sandals in Negril in Jamaica. So we scheduled our trip there. Yeah, Pat, it always is a good time until the Friday before you leave, when your wife finds out she's pregnant.
Yeah, it's a little awkward. Ruins the mood
and
a little bit.
Can't. She's in the all you can drink, and can't do anything.
Yeah,
can't have a cocktail. She had the virgin cocktails. She's
have you thought about taking her to Paris, Texas?
I have not.
Because
Vicky Buchanan went there once, though.
I know a girl that thought she found a $200 flight to Florence, Italy, and it was Florence, Carolina.
See, and then she ended up there.
Yeah.
Could work.
It was a tough pill to swallow for her.
Could work.
So Paris, Texas is beautiful this time of year, John.
I heard that. I heard those kind of things. Hey, C.J. Gardner-Johnson has a lacerated kidney. It appears, though, that they're not even going to put him on IR. Seemed to be where they were leaning yesterday. So that means he could return maybe for the Dallas game or at least by the Saints. But are people serious about Malcolm Jenkins returning to help out the Eagles? By the way, I would be all in on it just for the nostalgia sake of it, because I don't think he could do any worse than some of the guys you could bring in off the street. But what's the reality that a guy could just walk in off the streets and play after this much time off under a new system? But I do know this. The fact that it was trending yesterday in Philadelphia, Malcolm Jenkins, tells me all I need to know about what this man's impact has been on this city. In fact, if I think of athletes that had relatively short runs here, I'm not sure that any of them have had the impact that Malcolm Jenkins had. It was fun to see people yesterday reminiscing about Malcolm Jenkins and talking about Malcolm Jenkins. He has had such an impact on this city, and he had a relatively short career here.
Yeah.
And people adore Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah, they do. And he was Philadelphian in a way that the guy never missed a play. It wasn't like, he missed a game. No, he never missed a play. He played, I think, 98% of the defensive snaps when he was here. That's ridiculous. You never hear stuff like that. But my mind yesterday when people were saying, Malcolm Jenkins, bring him back, went to the bring back of Allen Iverson. When the Sixers brought him back for his second return, I was covering the team then, and you watch it and you're just like, oh, man. You wish they could still have it, but they just don't. There's a reason Malcolm Jenkins retired. He wasn't forced into it by injury or anything like that. Yeah, his body told. I was going to say, who told Malcolm Jenkins to retire? His body. And yeah, it's cute and it's fun to think of, but I wouldn't want him I wouldn't want him to come back and look like a shell of himself. I would hate that. I would hate that for exactly what you said, John. What he meant to the city,
'cause he is,
and how revered he is. I would hate for him to come back and you see him get beat on a play or more than one. Now he's good where he is. Love what he did. There's a reason he retired, and it might have been one time during a game that he knew he wanted to be there, and his body said, yeah, I know you want to be there, but I can't get you there as quick as you want to be. So
I think he has such a standard that he held himself to.
Yeah.
That he wouldn't allow himself to do it.
Yeah.
Even though he joked
that's
around
a great
about
way of putting it.
Because he was a guy, when you're playing 98% of the snaps, you're playing it because you feel you can contribute.
Yeah.
You feel you still got it. And nobody forced Malcolm Jenkins out.
No.
Malcolm Jenkins wanted to be in the NFL. He would have been in the NFL another year. So, but, wow. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, though, that's sort of good news that they didn't put him on IR, because that would have meant that he missed every game until the Saints game. Would have been Tennessee, until the Saints game. But the fact that they're doing that means you could see him as the Christmas miracle.
Yeah,
back for the Dallas game.
God, the pain that he was in on the field. I mean, and it was hard to detect. You said that in the media room they announced that it was an ankle, maybe. We're watching him during the game, and you're thinking, did he get the wind knocked out of him? Is it a rib? Is it whatever it may be? A lacerated kidney. I mean, that's violent. Because reading some stories today, the kidney is very well protected in your body. It has to be a very violent hit to get a laceration on your kidney.
And Zach Ertz had it and was back less than 2 weeks, 12 days later, but it was a playoff game.
Yeah.
And reportedly he was told, do not come back. And he came back anyway.
Spitting up blood in a locker room.
That isn't good. Yeah.
No,
Just take your time. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, by the way, leading the NFL in interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what a great addition. What a great addition. Hey, if you got a high school senior, you need to visit collegeav.com, and you can enter to win a $5,000 scholarship. It'll help you breathe easier. Go to collegeav.com. In Cooney's Corner, he thinks he's got a totally different take on the Sixers.
Let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, this last few weeks, these 8 games or whatever it's been, has really opened my eyes, and I hope it has Doc Rivers. And we started talking about it a little yesterday, and Pat is real skeptical on it, and he's got the evidence to support him. But I wonder how Doc Rivers is going to handle this now. Shake Milton, you have to stop with the Matisse Thybulle now as a specialist. That's pretty much it. George Niang did a lot to help himself in this conversation of rotation-wise during this time period where he's got himself in better shape. He is a legit 6'7" guy off the bench. He's legit, a very good shooter. But Shake Milton, he's really put himself in the mix here. And like I said yesterday a little bit, that's something that Doc Rivers has. It's been in his background before with Jamal Crawford, with different guys that come off the bench and can get you points. Now, here's the difficult part of it. The way that Shake Milton scores is with the ball in his hands.
Correct.
And he's got to create for himself. And now you can't have other guys coming back, whether it be a James Harden, whoever it is, Tyrese Maxey, and make him now a spot-up shooter because that's not Shake Milton. So it's incumbent upon Doc Rivers now to figure out how to get the best out of his players with the best lineups. Shake Milton's going to have to be out there with the second unit. Maybe you dial back James Harden's minutes. James Harden's like a 35-minute-a-night guy. Always has been. Many assume always will be.
Is that because he demands it? Is that sort of like where he's
can do it? And look, James Harden's been one of the top 5-10 players in the league for a lot of years. Why would you take him off the court unless you have to?
And he wants to be out there.
Yeah, he can play minutes. He can pile up the minutes, and he plays a game that isn't all that much wear and tear. But they really have to find a spot to not only have Shake Milton in the game. And look, I'm not saying, but he's become that guy. He's become a guy that I think can be a real good scorer off the bench for you. And that's not something they had going into the season. They didn't know if they had that or not. Not just with him, with anybody. So it's going to be interesting to see how Doc Rivers goes with this rotation now when he gets healthy. Whose minutes maybe suffer a little bit? How much time are you playing Tobias Harris with this second unit that is going to consist of the Miltons and the Meltons? It's going to be interesting because I think they found something really good in this second unit while these starters have been hurt.
I love that idea. The only idea, though, Pat, is that why do I have this feeling that Doc's gonna dock? And all the stuff that we've learned the last few weeks, he's not going to employ it. Just have that.
I have the same feeling.
You have evidence on your side, right?
Yeah, and I hope that we end up looking foolish.
But he also has developed 6 men many times, right? In his career? He has developed some guys.
Including Montrezl Harrell, by the way.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell. He also, early on in his career, when he was coaching Boston, he had a lot of young players that he brought up and did well. He has, especially guards. He can do that. I'm wondering how he does it with this group now because I think you put guys in when you have to, injuries like this, and you hope for the best. He not only got the best, he may have found something here. Shake Milton being healthy and being able to score the way he is. And we're not just talking like, he's a nice little piece. We're talking this might be a really good 6-man. He's averaging over 22 points in his last 7 games. He's shooting 56% from the floor. He's turning into what might be legit.
I telling you the other night, that's the thing I took away from the game the other night down at the stadium. Watching the crowd react to Shake Milton reminded me of last year as Tyrese Maxey was breaking onto the scene. and the way the crowd was reacting to him. It's a different circumstance.
It is.
Because last year was because of Ben Simmons being out that the opportunity was being given to Tyrese Maxey. But it felt that way. The crowd was reacting to Shake. They like Shake.
Yeah, and it was different. Like when Joel Embiid and Harden and Maxey were out, this team moved, and they were a team. And they had one solid leader. When you saw it, that when a basket needed to be got, that Tobias Harris was like, give me the ball. And it was different. Look, that team's not as good as when you had Embiid and Harden and Maxey, obviously. But it was an exciting way of playing. Those two need to be incorporated. You need to have Embiid, Harden, and Maxey because they're great players. But if you can also incorporate that good team play and that movement, because we know how slow this starting unit is, Doc Rivers really could be onto something pretty good here if he can incorporate it the right way.
And we'll be watching for it. And I want to tell you, too, how about winning a pair of tickets in the Coors Light Flyers Chill Zone for the Flyers and the Lightning tomorrow night? Find 97.5 The Fanatic's Philadelphia Flyers ticket tour, and it's your chance to win Flyers tickets every 20 minutes, including another chance for tickets in the Coors Light Flyers Chill Zone. You got to be 21 to win. Next stop, the Perky in Phoenixville. Maybe Heavy Chevy will stop by.
I've been there many times.
This Saturday, 3 to 4 p.m. Coors Light, fueled by Philadelphia. Let's check it on out. We got a pair of tickets to give away, by the way. 610-6. How about 215-263-0975? And you can ask Connor Thomas to give you those tickets, courtesy of our friends at Coors Light. Let's find out what Pat has to say in Pat's Takes.
Maybe.
No, I want to find out. I do, Bob. No. Stop.
With or without. Either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
Come on, Pat.
Sometimes you need to build up the dramatic pause.
I should have done that, yeah.
And then other times you just hit the wrong button and it doesn't fire, whatever.
I tried to be dramatic.
The Rock is a very popular figure. Many people actually want him to run for office, and he's considered it before, but well, the smear campaign against The Rock just grew a little bit because he admitted that when he was a child, he stole Snickers from his local 7-Eleven many times.
Full-size Snickers, too, right?
Yeah, these weren't like the quote, fun-size Snickers. These were the big boys, the beefy, girthy ones. But The Rock tried to make amends with the 7-Eleven. He recently went back to it and decided to, quote, buy back all the ones that he stole. I don't really think that's how it works. You're just buying products. You still stole them. You just really bought all.
Well, he gave them the money back for, right? I mean, but he said he did it every day.
Yeah, but he's trying to make amends. I appreciate that. Did he have to put it on social media? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. But yeah, so the guys, celebrities, they are just like us. This guy turned his life around from a life of petty crime to being one of the biggest superstars in the world, if not the biggest.
What do you think? What I stole from a 7-Eleven too, so I feel like I'm The Rock and I are very similar.
Well, we've often said that.
Very
mostly
similar.
Behind your back, we've said it.
The Rock and I are very similar.
In an attempt to be like The Rock, I once walked into a convenience store. I got a fountain drink, realized I didn't have my wallet, and pretended I was on the phone and walked out.
No, you didn't.
That sounds recently.
What age? Because you were on the phone.
Patrick.
Pat.
Fess up.
And we'll move on.
No, we will not.
No, we will not. We need an answer on this
Pat's
one.
interrogation. This is Pat's Takes.
Wait a minute. Larry Krasner.
A soda.
The statute of limitations is not up.
Larry Krasner listens to this show, I understand. So, I mean, he wants to hear, did you steal it? And the mayor wants to know, was it a 16-ounce or bigger?
Oh, it was a big one because Pat goes, he's a 32-ounce dude.
Might have been a big boy.
Man.
The next time I went in, I did the touchscreen. I paid for two. So I didn't have my wallet.
Really?
No, I did. Yeah, I paid for two.
Okay.
Anyway, look, this isn't about me.
We're fine.
And my petty theft. Look, chicks look bad boys, JK. And,
yeah, there it is.
You know, when you tell a girl I stole a soda one time, all of a sudden, she looks at you a little bit differently.
She does.
Linebacker Blake Martinez recently retired from the NFL at the age of 28. Look, a really productive player for the Giants for many years. He was playing with the Raiders. Team sucks, but he started 2 out of 4 games. Definitely had an NFL career still in him somewhere, but he stepped away from the game. And we've seen this from a lot of players recently where they just say, you know what, it's not worth it, CTE and whatnot. I'll bow out. The thing is, though, he stepped away after he sold a very rare Pokemon card for a reported $672,000.
What?
Yeah, so he announced the retirement 11 days after selling the card.
Yeah.
Which leads many to believe that Blake Martinez, his retirement plan was like a holographic Charizard that he sold. That's a
Pokemon term, Bob.
Yes. I was never
Never
did it for me. One of my kids was kind of into it.
Yeah, I mean, I was into it when I was 9 because I was in 3rd grade.
I couldn't stand it for some reason. I don't know
and
why.
it's definitely made a comeback because
well, they did that video. Didn't they do the app?
Yeah, the app made a comeback and that helped it. But like Sports Connections, John from Sports Connections was telling us yesterday about the shoes. Like we loved them as a kid, and then you grow up and you can afford all this.
Okay.
A lot of adults have gotten back into the game of rekindling their youth. I don't know how many adults are getting back into it for the tune of $672,000, but it just ended up. I don't want to say costing Blake Martinez a career, but giving him a retirement plan that he probably didn't expect. And he said, "You know what? I'm good. I'm going to take the."
He's a businessman.
Cash and,
Wait a minute, I understand now because Joe Bell asked me yesterday. Does Pat have any Pokemon cards?
I don't, but I do have a lot of sports cards.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I collect.
Do you think any are
hockey cards growing up
of value?
I have a Joe Thornton rookie card. I have a.
What would you think the greatest value of a card you have?
God,
$150? More?
Yeah, I have a Wayne Gretzky rookie.
Oh wait, that's more than $150.
Probably $300 or $400.
That's good. Okay.
But yeah, I have a few. All right, today in history, busy day actually. In 1872, first international soccer game happened between Scotland and England. There was a 0-0 draw.
I swear I was going to say. I'll bet you there was no scoring.
Yep, no scoring. 1948, the Negro League disbanded a little over a year after Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. Him breaking it obviously killed the Negro Leagues. In 1971, Brian's song premiered on
one of the saddest movies. Have you ever seen the original?
It's terrible.
No.
Oh my God, Pat! It is one of the saddest movies
horrible.
ever.
Speaking of hockey, in 2004, the Bruins made one of their worst trades in franchise history, trading Joe Thornton to the Sharks for a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, rough one. And in 2015, Kobe Bryant announced he would retire at season's end. It was right before he came back for his final game in Philadelphia.
There you go.
I was there for that. I covered that.
You were for that one?
Yeah, Kobe came back. He was really cool. It was a really cool night. Yeah. He had a lot of great things to say about it. A lot of people behind the scenes. He didn't forget them at all. And he told me a story about being 14 years old and going to a Sixers practice at St. Joe's and then going outside and talking to Scotty Rigo.
Scotty Rigo, yep.
And being like, man, I just want to make it. I want to make it. I got to be in this league. And Rigo can verbatim tell me that story all the time. It's really cool. And Kobe was great.
I think he made it.
Yeah, he did.
I think he made it. Spoiler alert.
I was here when I was at the station when it got announced that he was retiring, and I hopped on StubHub, and the Sixers were not good at the time, and I started buying up like $12 tickets.
Bought as many as you could.
Them. Yeah.
Good.
Look at
Kobe
you.
Bryant helped me out in 20.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you did.
Kobe. Thank you, Kobe. Hey, is there a team in the NFC where you're being caused concern thinking about what they could do offensively against the Eagles? We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know that World Soccer Match Madness really took over the entire city yesterday and the entire country. Well, right now, too, there's other things to carry you through to when Team USA plays the Netherlands on Saturday morning. How about tonight, your local hoops team? A 3-point road dog against Cleveland. Cleveland has been really, really good at home. Temple will be in action down at the Palestra against LaSalle. Temple, a 5-point favorite against Fran Dunphy. Penn, by the way, a 4.5-point home favorite against St. Joe's in Game 2. The Birds currently 5.5, depending on where you're looking. 5 this morning on the BetParx app against the Tennessee Titans. And the Dogs on Saturday, 17.5-point favorites against 3-loss LSU in the SEC title game. These are just some of the things you can wager on. If you're a new customer, you can get a $750 risk-free bet on the BetParx app. You'll love it. Do it today. You got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Steven Singer. Yep, that's me, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. People ask, what does this mean, I hate Steven Singer? Well, most other jewelers love to sell diamond studs that are cheap. They have a name for it, frozen spit. I'm serious. That's what other jewelers call their own products, frozen spit. Can you imagine buying a cloudy diamond that's milky color? Oh my. Buy real diamonds from a real jeweler. Steven Singer Jewelers, who backs up every diamond with a real lifetime full trade-in value. The best money-back guarantee in the business. Here's why. Other jewelers hate our beautiful and needed diamond studs because ours are 100% eye flawless and near colorless. Beautiful stuff. They come complete with our 14-karat safety silicone backs, so she never has to worry about losing them or outgrowing them, because our diamonds are such nice quality that we offer everyone a lifetime upgrade. You can trade in your Anita Diamond studs and get exactly what you paid for them. I wish I could trade in my old iPhone and get what I paid. Visit me, the real Steven Singer, at the other corner of 8th and Walnut, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. One place, one price.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program. Terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7 with supplies and solutions for every industry and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every drive starts somewhere. For First Trust Bank, our drive started in Philadelphia and continues to this day. As Philly's hometown bank for more than 85 years, we know this city's people. We understand their passions, and we work our tails off to help them reach their goals every day. Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank. First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. Member FDIC.
97.5 The Fanatic is on a Philadelphia Flyers ticket tour presented by Coors Light. Win Flyers swag and tickets every 20 minutes, including premium seats in the Coors Light Flyers Chill Zone. Join the Fanatic at the Perky Cafe this Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. 400 Brower Avenue in Phoenixville. Stay to watch the Flyers take on the New Jersey Devils. Enjoy great food and cold Coors Light. You must be 21 to win. For details, visit the events page on 975thefanatic.com. Coors Light, fueled by Philadelphia.
Every driver needs a car, and this is the month to get yours. Gateway Kia connects you with the hottest new Kia models, the best selection, all ready for immediate delivery. Gateway Kia has new Kia Souls below MSRP. Or choose a Telluride, Sorento, or Forte, and find the best price on a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles at Gateway Kia in Warrington, Quakertown, or online at shopgatewaykia.com. Hope to see you at Gateway Kia.
Worried about holiday shopping this year? Don't be. You can mark off every name on your list with just one trip to the Berlin Farmers Market. Shop more than 75 local businesses, offering a great selection of toys, sports, jewelry, clothes, video games, electronics, candy, sweets, and so much more, all under one roof. The Berlin Farmers Market is decorated for the holidays with Santa, the Grinch, and elves visiting, and open every day from December 1st through Christmas Eve. For hours, info, directions, and more, visit BerlinFarmersMarket.com.
Hi, it's John Kincade for College Ave Student Loans. If you're high school seniors looking for scholarships this fall, College Ave is here for you. They're giving away $5,000 right now. Just go to collegeave.com/college before November 30th to enter to win. It's fast, it's easy, and could have a big impact on your college cost. College Ave wants to help you have a stress-free college experience. So don't miss out. $5,000 is available to you at collegeave.com/college. No purchase necessary to enter or win. See official rules for details.
Hey, guys, you know what time it is? It's the perfect time to download FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. All you have to do is sign up with promo code BOB, and there's so many things that you can do with FanDuel. You know how good it is. You have the money line, point spreads, and my favorite, player props. And you can combine your bets for a chance at an even bigger payout with a same-game parlay. Now with live betting, you get updated odds on games that have already started, and when you win, you get paid fast. All on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. So sign up with promo code BOB for your no-sweat first bet. That's promo code BOB. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. Stretch Zone Day. Yes. Stretch Zone. Saw Bob Cavanaugh yesterday.
Hey, what's up, Bobby? We did.
We saw him, and he's become a Stretch Zone addict.
Oh, has he?
Yep.
Because he has some back issues on one of our trips.
Loves it.
Oh, good for him.
He bought the package, and he got his free one. He got sold on it. And now he's doubling up. He's going to do twice a week.
Oh, good.
So he's loving the stretch.
Yeah, I can't wait to get out there sometime.
Get your free stretch in there. Pat, they're still waiting for you in Exton. They love you in Exton.
No,
they're Pat Egan fans.
There. I mean, after they promised that I could be taller. I mean, it's always been a dream to be 5'5", and
I don't want you to be taller. I love you just the way you are.
You're the only one.
No, there was somebody else who married you. You big dope.
For the green card.
Well, that's the truth, too. Consuelo really is happy.
No, they're not letting those Canadian citizens in like they used to.
That is good. Becca. I'm trying to think of a Canadian girl's name.
Alanis.
It's a great one.
That's pretty good.
By the way, Pat, I followed through on the promise that I would do, and I'll do it for the last 6 weeks of the NFL season just to track it. I bet the 5 biggest favorites on the money line, $5 each, on the money line for this weekend's games. The profit margin is this. If the Eagles win, that would be the biggest profit I would make. On a $5 wager, I'd make $2.22 profit.
Cash money.
If the Seahawks win, I'll make $1.44 profit.
Ooh.
If the Browns win, I'll get $1.58 profit. By the way, I'm going to bet the Browns anyway with Deshaun Watson coming back.
Wait, I'm sorry. Eagles was what?
Eagles, I would profit $2.22 on a $5 wager.
Okay, next.
Browns, I would profit $1.58.
Okay, next.
Seahawks, I'd win $1.44.
Okay.
Then I would get to the Ravens, $1.36 profit on a $5 bet.
Okay.
And the Cowboys would be a 96-cent profit, all on the BetParks app. So I put $5 on each of those games, and I'm going to keep track. See, I'll do it for the last 6 weeks. I'll put $150 into this experiment, and we'll see how it goes. So those 5 games is it because, and I will tell you, I think you come out on top if you're betting those.
Okay, so if you
how much would that be? $8?
Added up, you would win $7.56.
$7.56.
So, if you lose 2 of those games,
you're down.
Red. Even if you lose one of them, depending on which one it is. Yeah. Best of luck to you, though.
No, the game's not going to be. If I lose one of them, I'm not down, am I?
Well, if you lose the Eagles one, worst case scenario, obviously, for many reasons. But if you lose that one, you're looking at $1.48.
I'd be around 40 cents down. I'd be like around 40 cents down.
Yeah, I mean,
at that point.
You're not
buying
an island with that.
I'm going to keep track of it. The Epstein's Island, I think, is for sale.
Oh, yeah, it's very much
I think it's very much for sale.
Yeah, it's cheap.
I'm surprised none of the guys that used to go with him there have decided to buy it. But I bet it's a cheap price right now. They're not going to do that on HGTV.
No, they had a Black Friday special.
They did? Oh, there we go.
What did you guys watch? Last night was kind of weird because sports-wise, I didn't go on the Hulu to watch the Flyers game last night. I kind of just kept an eye on it on my phone. But I always find this interesting. On a night where sports isn't really prominent, what did you watch last night?
A 48 hours from the other night that was on the DVR. Last week's Abbott Elementary.
All right.
So, like, whatever's on the DVR,
that's solid.
Piled up.
Pat, were you busy, lad? Were you running around last night?
Yeah, I was here for the Flyers game.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And Christina, God bless her heart, Pat, I told Bob earlier. So she says, with the Flyers win, what does that mean for their playoff chances?
Bad news for you.
She translates everything to the Eagles, where she doesn't grasp the concept yet that, like, one regular season game really doesn't mean that much. But she's like, does this mean that their playoff chances are better that they won last night? I'm like,
you just say yeah.
I'm
just
like,
give her
honey,
the
it's
good
great.
news. Yeah.
She loves her Flyers. She is a new Philadelphian, and she loves her Flyers. It's her favorite sport, so good for her.
She picked a great sport.
Yeah, exactly, to move to
a great sport.
Because I was interested in what I was going to do last night. I didn't look up what was on or anything
what'd
like
you do?
that. So when I sat down, everybody went to bed. I was flicking around. I watched a good portion of the first half of Georgia Tech, Iowa.
How was that?
Franny McCaffrey, who is a good friend. I've talked to Franny a lot, but he's good friends with my old boss, Pat McClune. They were back courtmates at LaSalle High School. So I always like watching his team play. But then I found myself for the rest of the night watching a thing on Mount Vesuvius and the effect that it had on Pompeii.
Really?
It was pretty cool.
You know that Gargano Travel is going to have a tour of that.
I want to go there. I really want to go there now.
We already have a trip planned for that week, but Christina said yesterday, she goes, Anthony knows all the ins and outs. She's like, she goes, maybe 2024, the Italy trip.
Yeah,
with Gargano Travel.
I have to get my wife to Italy.
Look good.
Yes.
So, hey, Martin Law is the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. I know the Eagles' defense stinks. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just reading Twitter. They don't really stink. In fact, they have fallen to 9th in points allowed per game. And that breakdown by Dan Orlovsky on the run defense was scary as hell. But the true story of the Eagles' defense is one of great improvement in every category. Every category from last year. As we sit at 10-1. Jeff McClain was on yesterday with Cuz Radio, and it's always a good conversation. The Eagles already have 36 sacks this year. Last year, they had 30. The entire year. The Eagles are third best in the league in sacks. Last year, they were second to the worst in sacks. So everybody who wants the Jim Johnson attacking defense, you're getting it. You're getting it. It's happening. They're second against the pass. And that's pretty crazy that you are so great at sacking quarterbacks and you're second against the pass. But the scary part, and as Dan Orlovsky's video points out, they're 18th against the run. And that certainly needs to improve. But is there an NFC team whose offense, based on what we know through the first 11 games, whose offense causes you the greatest concern knowing these numbers that the Eagles defense creates? The Eagles are a great pressure the quarterback, sack the quarterback defense. A great one. They are great against the pass. So who's the scariest opponent based on what we know about the Eagles defense?
I have a different look on this. My team is the San Francisco 49ers. They won last week 13-0. Everybody, and rightfully so, talking about how good their defense is. But their offense is, to me, a nightmare matchup for the Eagles. Why? Because they play a manageable offense. And what do the Eagles defense a lot of times like to do? They're okay with manageable offenses. So it kind of plays into Jimmy Garoppolo's hands that way. But now they've added a Christian McCaffrey. So now they can also rely on a run-heavy offense should they choose to do so. The Eagles aren't very good against the run. That is the team. Once they got McCaffrey, I said it, but now that I've looked at it more and more over the weeks, that's a team that really – that's
Gets
the
you in
team.
the back of your mind.
That's the team to me. Yeah, because I think a lot of times the Eagles offense is going to be able to help the defense by outscoring teams, but that San Fran defense is really, really good. So that's the team that seems to be, right now, a nightmare matchup for me.
Pat, you have one?
Yeah, for me, it's Dallas. The rushing attack is a really, really good one. The offensive line's suspect, but still, I mean, those Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott combo is good. Dak Prescott can run when he needs to. And then if they add Odell, obviously, we talked about the weapons that they have at wide receiver. And Dak's a pretty good quarterback. So they worry.
That's
me.
it. There's a reason to be worried there. So 109. By the way, they're complaining. I'm reading yesterday because I was reading about the 49ers yesterday because I find that interesting. They're a danger. They're on my radar, and they're complaining that McCaffrey's only rushed for 109 yards in his last 3 starts. So they're complaining. Like every fan base has something they're complaining about.
Yeah, I
mean, come on.
His numbers haven't been there yet for them rushing.
But he's going to get comfortable.
I agree.
And Shanahan's going to use him.
Yeah, that's just a team right now that I see they're going to get better, and their defense is phenomenal.
Let's go to the Comcast Business Hotline, where every day in business is a big day. Let Comcast Business keep you ready for what's next. Adam Schefter joins us every week. Thanks to my friends at Landis Block and Concrete, who will help you create your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise. Check them out at landisbc.com. Adam, we were just talking about the fact that it seems like every fan base, and I like to go and read how each city sort of covers. I use my Flipboard on the app and go and read how each city covers their team. And it seems like it's not only Philadelphia that are finding fault with really, really good teams.
Well, who else has done it, John? But before we get to that, by the way, one final point on San Francisco. You talk about their defense. They're still missing their best defensive lineman, Eric Armstead, who could be back this week. They're still missing Javon Kinlaw from their defensive front. And if they get back both those guys, and they'll get back Armstead, and I think they'll get back Kinlaw at some point in time. If they get them both back, oh, boy, that defense is tough. And they haven't given up a point in the second half of the last, I think, 5 games.
They are.
So that's a tough.
They're brutal, man. That is. There are so many. This looks like a really, really rugged NFC, which I think for the Eagles makes it even more critical that they get that number 1 seed. Is it not?
Yeah, but San Francisco has a defense that travels like that. I mean, they're going to run the ball, and they're going to play defense, and it's just a tough team. Look, Philly should be the number 1 seed. Philly should have home field advantage through the playoffs. It's not going to be easy to come into Philly, but it can be done. They're good teams. I mean, they're good teams in the NFC. It's pretty loaded. So, can you imagine if the NFC East put out all 4 playoff teams? Yeah, that'd be incredible, too.
Do you see the especially like Giants and Commanders this week? Have the Giants sprung? Do you think the Giants have sprung a fatal leak that they're just starting to finally find out who they are?
Well, John, I don't know that it's fatal. Look, they're in a good spot, and they're in a much better position than a lot of people expect them to be. And I think they are what they are. They're a good team. They're a flawed team. They've got some needs and some issues, like most teams. Let's be honest. But some of theirs have shown up the last couple of weeks. They lost to Dallas. I don't know if they're fatal. Like, they're still in position to be able to make the playoffs, and it's more important then that you're healthier and starting to play better football, and how they're going to be playing in a month, we'll see. But if they can get into the dance, that's all you want right now. And by the way, if they get into the dance, their season has to be considered a huge success. Huge, because nobody thought that they would be there at the end.
Shefty, we're all pretty well versed on high ankle sprains and broken bones and the such, but lacerated kidney. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've been trying to look up different things. We've had a couple athletes in town that have had it. But what are you hearing as far as C.J. Gardner-Johnson? What are you hearing, if anything, about this injury that he has and maybe a time frame?
Well, you know, what's interesting here is that I think that all these Eagle guys now are going to start to be grouped into the same category where you're not going to have to rush to bring them back because of the position that they're in. And I think Dallas Goedert will be back later this season. I think Jordan Davis will be back later this season. I think Davis will be the first one back. then it'll be Goddard, and then maybe Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And they don't have to rush him back, but I do think he'll play again this year. You can't mess around. They got the right people there making the decisions medically, and they're not going to do something silly or foolish. When he's ready to play, he'll be back in there, and my sense is it'll be towards the end of the regular season, just a guess.
Sense is Jordan Davis is back this week? We had Nakobe Dean on yesterday, and he said he says he's healthy.
He's eligible to be activated off IR this week?
Yes.
Unless there's a setback, I think there's a real chance that he's activated. Yeah, and by the way,
they could certainly use him this week.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is, okay, I think there's a good chance he's back this week, and if it's not this week, then maybe it's the next week. Unless he's had a setback that I don't know about. I don't know, but I know that initially when he was put on IR, the feeling was that he would be back when that expired, the 4 weeks expired. And if that is this week, then I would think he is going to play. But even if he doesn't play this week, he's not far away. He'll be back soon.
Shefty, the ups and downs of the NFL is something that we go through every year from team to team. What teams in the NFC specifically do you see getting better at this time of the year? And maybe you're confident that they can carry that on out to the playoffs?
Well, the 49ers, we brought them up, right? Like, they're making a run here where Seattle was in first, and now I think the 49ers have overtaken them for that spot. And that's a team that you're looking at getting better and better. And, to me, Bob, like so many of these other teams are going the other way right now. The Rams are going the other way. The Cardinals are going the other way. The Seahawks have lost some recent games, right? Like the Detroit Lions are playing better football, but they're not going to make the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter very much. Everyone from the East is getting in right now as it currently stands. And the South is not a very good division. I mean, so really the NFC is a pretty simple conference to break down. We talk about teams that are getting better. Dallas is getting better, it feels like. Philly's just been good all year long, even though it's popped some warts lately and shown some issues. And San Francisco seems to be getting better. Is that where you were going with that? Like Dallas and San Francisco?
Yeah, I guess you would have to say it. And they seem to be, because I'm sure you see this all the time, but I always look at teams during a season. Are you getting better at the right time? You say they sprung some warts, the Eagles. They have, to be sure. It looks like those warts could be cleared easily when they get injuries back. But the rise of Dallas, the rise of San Francisco, to me, seems like it's coming at a perfect time.
Well, you could say that the rise of the Cowboys is coming, too. I mean, they beat up on the Vikings, and they didn't beat up on the Giants on Thanksgiving Day, but they played well, and they just feel like, at some point they're going to get back Tyron Smith on the offensive line. Dallas feels like it's coming on and going the right way to me. That's how it feels. Dallas and San Francisco are the two that stand out.
You can't forget, though, what's coming up tomorrow, Shefty, with the Cowboys. December.
What's tomorrow with the Cowboys?
December.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so seriously, it is December. Let's not get carried away here. It is December.
Yeah, they've not exactly been Mr. Decembers, right?
No, they have not been. I mean, it's one of those things. When you look at the Eagles last month, the Houston game where they're tied in the fourth quarter with the Texans, the loss to the Commanders, the struggle to beat the Colts, having to come back with 2 touchdowns late, and then last Sunday's game. Do you see this as more of a lull? Or do you see this as more injuries created a situation that has slowed this team down?
Or both, right? Like, you could have all those things happening, John, all at once. Like, you could have a little bit of a lull. You could be injured. You could be injured, which causes you to have that lull. And so I think it's all interconnected. Again, let me say this. They ran for, 360 the other night?
It was crazy.
I don't remember the exact. Right. Here's the deal. If you're running the football like that, anywhere like that in the postseason, you're going to be in every game and have a good chance to win every game. So I don't care that they're in a lull. I don't care that they're hurt, because a lot of these guys are going to be back by the start of the postseason. In fact, I'll venture to say all of them will be back for the postseason. The key is not to lose any others along the way. And if that's the case and they're running the football and they're healthier, well, then all you can do is go take your best shot and take your chances, because at that point, you're in a good spot. You're in the position you want to be in.
You think Jalen Hurts is the leader for the MVP?
I wouldn't say leader. I look, he's right there in the conversation with Patrick Mahomes. Right? Who else is up there right now? It's those two.
It can't be Josh Allen. Because it can't be Josh Allen.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's Mahomes and it's Hurts.
Do you vote, Shefty?
You can make an argument. I do not vote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
if you had to vote right now, it'd be one of those two guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the two guys. Those are the two guys.
I think you might be itching towards voting for Jalen Hurts.
I think I'm open-minded and recognize that it's almost the month of the Dallas Cowboys and that I reserve the right to change my mind in the month of December. Like, it'll be decided at that point in time which guy wins that award. But, yeah, I think those are the two guys you're looking at winning the MVP.
I think when I saw Vegas the other day take the Eagles out of the number one spot, the betting favorites for the Super Bowl, and put San Francisco up there, I think a lot of people are thinking the same things you are.
Well, that's a little crazy. And you know what's also amazing about that is that the 49ers traded 3-1s for Trey Lance, who so far hasn't worked out, far. And they're still in the position that they are. Wow.
I have people argue with me all the time about Jimmy Garoppolo going, oh, yeah, but what? Jimmy Garoppolo's terrible. He's nothing. And I'm just like, all they do is manage it. All he does is he manages. He's Phil Simms.
Let me say this. Jimmy Garoppolo is a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And that is going to be mark my words on this one, that is going to be a really interesting situation because they can't tag him. They can't automatically just keep him. And I could name you, probably 4 other teams that may have an interest in Jimmy Garoppolo next season. And if that's the case, and let's just say that the 49ers lose him, which I think is possible.
I hope they do.
What do they do?
Yeah, I hope they do.
What do they do?
Well, they got to use Trey Lance.
I know, but nobody knows whether the guy can play. Nobody.
No, but I think that'd be great. That's all what I'm rooting for. I would love to see that happen.
By the way, we saw him early on. With that team this year. How'd he do?
Yeah. Hey, Shefty, have a great week. We'll look forward to talking to you next week after they beat the Titans this Sunday.
Enjoy the December Dallas Cowboys.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks, Shefty.
We got to grab that one. Pat, we have to grab that one because that could be used many times.
Sure, Connor's on it.
Hey, Staples stores are a new world of possible innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. Explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. And Adam Schefter joined us thanks to my friends at Landis Block and Concrete. Love Landis Block. Can't wait for the winter to be over so we can really start using our new jaw-dropping backyard paradise. I have a feeling it's going to be covered with snow. I'm just sensing we're going to get walloped. I know that they've said that's not the case.
Oh, did they?
That it's not. We're not going to have we're expected to have just under 2 feet of snow over the course of the whole winter.
It's nothing.
Which is nothing. No. Not for manly men like us, Bob.
No, like I said, 5 o'clock Friday night snowstorm.
You love
all in. Everybody gets home safe, and then boom, let's get pounded for the weekend, Pat.
No, then you have Wake and Cake.
Getting pounded on the weekend.
Yeah,
I know.
I thought you did.
I like getting pounded on a Monday.
There you go.
Nah.
Hey, USA, Saturday's the day. We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. It is time to get goated at phillygoat.com. Have you checked out the merch yet? At phillygoat.com today at some point. Just go to phillygoat.com and check it out. It is the world's greatest online store for Philly sports apparel and more. All things Philly. You want to wear it on your sleeve. They have these beautiful hoodies. Connor's wearing one today. Absolutely awesome. Whatever you love about Philadelphia or Philadelphia sports teams, they will be showcased at phillygoat.com. I want you to head to phillygoat.com and use the code FANATIC, and you're going to get 15% off everything. We're talking Three Brothers, From My Land, Delco, Pat and Ryan and Brett all started phillygoat.com. It's awesome. You're going to love it. This holiday season, don't let people think you're from Dallas. Go to phillygoat.com and use the code FANATIC at 15% off. It's time to ditch the same old merch that everybody else wears. Wear what Philly's all about. Go to phillygoat.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The Birds' big game plan is brought to you by Peruzzi Nissan. The Birds still sit atop the league with their 10-1 record. They do, in fact, have some company near the top. The Vikings are 9-2 after beating the Patriots last weekend, and the Andy Reid-led Kansas City Chiefs are 9-2 after taking down the Rams. Two huge challenges lie ahead for the Birds as they face the 7-4 Titans this weekend and the 7-4 New York Giants the weekend after. The Birds' big game plan is presented by Peruzzi Nissan, where our business is you.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Helzberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Did His Homework. When it came to Jill's engagement ring, Brady knew exactly what to get.
Okay, so I came up with a design and showed it to all of our friends.
She'll love it.
Then he went to Helzberg. Their incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds made creating that special ring easy. Her reaction?
I love it. Can't wait to tell everybody.
Everybody might know about it.
Be like Brady. Create the ring of your dreams at a Helzberg near you or at Helzberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
This football season, you can turn game days into paydays when you visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. With more than 20 TVs, you'll never miss a play. And with over 30 betting kiosks, it's easy to get in on the action with America's #1 sportsbook. Plus, enjoy exclusive events and promotions. Visit FanDuel Sportsbook at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Open 7 days a week. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program. Terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty Terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
My son Finn was born with congenital heart disease and spent the first 8 months of his life in the hospital. Starlight Children's Foundation has played an important role in our lives. For 5 weeks as a baby, Finn lived in a Starlight Hero wagon instead of having to sleep in a hospital bed. Starlight provides moments of joy for families like mine at a time where there's very little to be found. Learn more about how Starlight brightens the lives of sick kids by visiting starlight.org today.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge.
But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99.
You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
It's because you know how much I love locally owned and operated businesses here in Philadelphia. So when I found out that Peruzzi Nissan wanted to be part of the Anthony Gargano show, I was thrilled. Fred Peruzzi, his family, they've been owners for over 40 years. These guys have been a pillar of their community. They themselves supporting local business. That's how they live their mission. Our business is you. The newer certified pre-owned vehicle on your list is at Peruzzi Nissan right now. Visit them on Lincoln Highway in Fairless Hills or at any time at PeruzziNissan.com. And remember, at Peruzzi, our business is you.
This holiday season, help local animal rescues and shelters while kickstarting your holiday on December 3rd or 4th. Attend Festival of Trees, this year at a new location in the King of Prussia Mall, and lower entry fees. Our focus is simple, with over 100 uniquely decorated trees and our adoptable pets on site. All proceeds from the sale of the trees benefit our local animal rescues and shelter. For more information or to secure tickets, go to festivaloftrees.com. That's PHESTIVAL of trees.com.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, you know, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
The life of a Philly sports fan is a wild ride. Some years we fly high. Some years we don't. What never changes year after year is how we get to the game. Shoulder to shoulder with our fellow fans on SEPTA. On the way to the tailgate, coin toss, and kickoff, the Broad Street line takes us from home to home field, and this season home free thanks to Bet Parks. Plan your trip to the game and learn more about free rides home. Sponsored by Bet Parks at iSEPTAPhilly.com.
I know what you're doing Saturday morning when you're going to listen to Wake and Cake. And then you're going to be so excited for USA Soccer. World Soccer Match Madness broke out yesterday, and now it carries over to the weekend. You're going to want to wager on it. Just like you're going to want to wager on your local hoops team tonight. The Philadelphia is in Cleveland as a 3-point underdog against Cleveland Cavaliers. You're going to love the Bet Parks app. The Bet Parks app is simple, it's safe, easy to use, and you can get your first bet refunded in Sportsbook bonus back up to $750 should you lose. I don't think you're going to, though, because I think you seem like a pretty smart guy. How about betting the Birds this weekend? 5-point favorites against the Tennessee Titans. You can bet the Birds every single week, and it's all in one amazing app. And they've got all the casino games, too. Bet on more than the score, individual player performances, and more. You got to be 21, and you got to be present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. It's the Bet Parks app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Remember, when you leave the car, we don't have to leave your morning. Grab that 97.5 app.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show. Reminding you to check out PhillyGoat.com. You heard me talk about it before. They've got great merch that you have not seen for Philly sports teams and just Philadelphia in general. Go to PhillyGoat.com. If you use promo code Fanatic, you are going to get 15% off your order. It's unique, it's different, it's new, it's Philly pride. Check out PhillyGoat.com. Connor wearing one of the Philly Goat sweatshirts. Connor, come in if you would. We'll get you on camera here so you can show. I love it. He's Connor's trying to be Delco with the Eagles pronunciation. That's some great stuff and unique. Look at Connor there with his Eagles on. That looks sharp. Nice item. Very good. Talk about it, Connor, so people know.
Yeah, this is a fresh sweatshirt. Very comfortable, very warm.
People haven't seen it.
No.
It's different.
And you know what I like, too? The sleeves. Sometimes when you have, like, the big, like, sleeves that aren't, like, tapered to your wrist, they can hang down, get the way you're picking stuff up. No, these are nice. Like, this is a great fit. Fits true to size, like, very comfortable.
You're
What'd you get,
bold.
an extra medium, or?
I got a large.
Oh.
You're bold with white, though.
Yeah, I like the white.
Like, you like the white.
A white sweatshir's a very clean look.
It's a great look. Yeah. It's the only problem is that you got to, like, you're like navigating a landmine.
I'm not wearing it to spaghetti night, but I think I'm going to be okay.
I can't do white, Pat. I'm a mess.
I sneak food into movies too often.
Yes.
and the white hoodie, it would dirty it
It
up.
exposes.
It looks good on Connor, though.
Now, Connor went to Fogo last night.
Did you really?
Fogo to show. You've never been before.
Yes.
Congrats on your success, dude.
Fogo Virgin.
Okay, now, were you, your green?
Yeah, it's my brother's birthday today. That's why we
Happy
went last night. Happy birthday, Chase.
Well, he is a Vikings fan.
Yeah, still
That's
happy
all right.
birthday, Chase.
No way.
Yeah,
Happy
happy
birthday,
birthday.
Chase. Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. I mean, let's be honest. But let's get to it. Green light the whole time or what?
No, I flip back and forth. I paced myself. I'm not a huge eater, but there were some really, really good meats coming out.
Did they fool you on the salad bar?
No.
Salad bar trick, because their salad bar looks amazing.
Yeah.
But they're trying to fool you. They want you to get over to that salad bar. The great cheeses. They actually have like strips of bacon you can put on your salad and everything. And then when the gauchos come around, that's where you got to be.
Is that what they're called? The gauchos?
They're gauchos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the I guess they're the cowboys or the servers or whatever. Gauchos.
Those are two totally different things.
No, they're the gauchos.
Gauchos
That's
are
what
the
they're called.
servers?
They're called gauchos.
Well, I mean, if you ever wondered how
it was
cowboys
great.
made a living, it wasn't just the farm life, Connor. It was also servers.
So you loved it, though. You had a great time.
I had a really good time. I got the meat sweats a little bit, but I powered through, and we made a wonderful dinner out of it.
The gauchos are cowboys.
Which one did you? Which one?
No,
did
I
you
get
go
that.
to?
I don't understand why they're called gauchos.
They're called gauchos. I don't know why.
Which
I know
one?
what a gaucho is. I don't understand why the people serving me meat in a Brazilian steakhouse would be a gaucho.
What were you going to say,
I
Pat?
see.
No, Connor can't hear. So
okay, it's all right. We'll tell Connor. We'll
no, I was
decipher
wondering which
for
one he
him.
went to.
You went
Which
to
one?
Center City.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause the King of Prussia one has a great little candy shop right next door.
We're going there for Liv's birthday. That's where
All
she
right.
wants to go.
Yeah,
Not
make
to the
sure-
candy store.
Make sure to hit on my friends
But
at Kilwins.
But I get. Oh well, Kilwins
They
is
have
fantastic.
great ice cream. They have a s'mores ice cream. It's not called s'mores, but you can read between the lines. It's a go-to.
See, we have a Kilwins like 2 miles away, right in downtown
Ardmore.
Westchester.
Oh, there's one in Ardmore too.
There's a great one right in Westchester too. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a really nice
It brings
spot.
you back.
Brings you back to a gentler
Gentler time.
Good job, Connor. There he is, Connor, wearing his Eagles.
Bye, guys. Happy birthday to my brother again.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chase.
It actually, the sweatshirt kind of fits him.
And it looks good.
No,
Now, that is
it does
good.
look good.
No, it
it
looks
does.
good.
It's a great fit, but he didn't go with the medium. But the ripped jeans.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's very, very 2013. He's into the ripped jeans.
They have. I looked on that website, Philly Goat. They have a lot of stuff.
They have a lot of stuff.
It's not just like sports stuff. They have neighborhoods,
Right,
and
exactly.
food, and
A lot of Delco stuff.
Yeah, a lot of just for Philadelphia. If you're like the 215 hoodie, and
it's great stuff.
I got a sweet AI shirt.
Yeah, you love that.
Yeah, it's nice.
AI
nice stuff.
is AI your childhood?
Yeah.
So he's your guy because I hear Chunas talk about it too.
Yeah.
Like the love of AI is overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, so my first favorite player ever was Barkley, but I was 2.
Right.
I don't really remember it too well. And then I remember Stackhouse. My dad hyping up Stackhouse quite a bit, which understandable, number 2 overall pick.
Sure.
And then AI though was the guy. I mean, I was 7 when he got drafted, so
Fearless.
I really grew up. Yeah, and
Fearless.
like just embodied Philly. I've said this before. I've never in my life seen a marketing campaign surrounded by a guy's injuries. And Reebok did a whole spot about AI's injuries. And then it was like, all right, time to go play. Like, that's how tough that dude was. He was arguably the toughest athlete I've ever seen play.
Yeah. It is amazing going back and watching that era of the NBA. It was getting out of the 90s stuff of just total thuggery, but it was still somewhat prominent. And to see a guy 160 pounds go into a lane and just get killed night in and night out and hardly ever missing games.
No.
I mean, he was a tough dude. You're right, Pat.
Did you agree though with him with the practice? Did you agree with because you're a guy who is about, as far as it comes to basketball, you love seeing well executed basketball.
Yeah.
Because he's more street ball.
That was different in that what more do you want from the guy type of thing. I understood it. And Iverson saying it, like, I'm there every night for you. I play 37 of the hardest minutes you'll ever see every single night. And he carries the team.
There was nothing he could have worked on, though?
Oh, of course there was.
Seriously, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he was there to mentor guys the way that you think a mentor would be. I think we look at mentor as, he's there to show people moves and stuff. No, he was there to mentor Lou Williams on how to get drunk in an hour span on a bus for $6,000. You know, that's the kind of mentor he was. So, good teammate. I guess it's up for debate.
I'll tell you, I never saw anyone in a locker room command the it is respect, but just command a room the way Allen Iverson did whenever he came into a locker room or came into an arena. And I'm talking opposing players. They were just in awe of him.
It is so crazy, though, because of how much, as Philadelphians, we all love Allen Iverson. And multiple times, I ran into AI at the Lenox Mall in Atlanta, and nobody was talking to him. Like I'm walking along, and here comes AI with somebody with him or whatever, and they're just walking on, and nobody's bothering him.
Probably you're not expecting to see him.
Well, they knew he's in Atlanta, that he was living there. A lot of people would see him around, but you're just like, wow, because he's so unassuming.
I do wonder how many times you actually see a celebrity and you go, oh, that person looks like so.
And you think it's not them.
Tony
right?
Hawk tweets about it. Tony Hawk's Twitter account's hilarious because he tweets about his interactions where people are like, hey, you
know who you look like?
The skater, Tony Hawk. I wonder what he's up to right now. And he's like, this.
That's
yeah,
incredible.
so I think a lot of times it might just be, that guy looks like AI, but there's no way that's AI.
Well, maybe AI also treats it the way you did. I mean, somebody came to you and said, hey, aren't you Pat Egan? And you said no.
Pat, you run away.
And you turn around and
ran
away.
You know who AI?
Little B-boy.
You know where the multiple times seeing AI in the Lenox Mall, and you know where he was both times?
Borders Books.
Somewhere where you might be found.
Haagen-Dazs.
No.
Cold Stone Creamery.
It was a Great American Cookie counter. Okay. Like right in the middle of the walkways. He's at the Great American Cookie Company. Now, he doesn't look like a guy who would be wolfing down a lot of high-calorie cookies.
My go-to in the mall is probably Annie Ann's, actually.
The Annie Ann's is great.
Yeah, Annie Ann's is just...
That's a good smell.
Undefeated.
Too.
You know where Annie
That's
Ann's...
a mouth-watering
You know where Annie
smell.
Ann's started?
I don't.
Good knowledge of Annie Ann's. The Downingtown Farmers Market.
Really?
One stand.
And look at it now.
Look at that. Now, she sold the company.
Yeah, obviously.
Annie Ann sold it off to some corporate faceless giant.
That's
why I like, you know, I gotta stay close right here.
Mrs. Fields Cookies, she was a Oakland A's ball girl. And
Are
she
you kidding
started
me?
off selling the cookies to the players.
That's why we're a Philly Pretzel Factory family.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I just got to go. I can't go with a faceless giant.
Yeah, once you meet the owner and he gives you a coupon and some dips,
then you're really in on it.
Yeah, like you just made a customer for life.
You did.
My loyalty is unbroken.
Hey, the USA faces the Netherlands Saturday morning. It's another great opportunity for soccer to grow on the national stage. Now, coach has arrived. 5 goals, coach. Has arrived.
I practiced what I was going to say to you when you brought that up because
the floor is yours.
Well, if you look at our show sheet, and I made a little comment there for you this morning. You don't know soccer, John.
Okay, go on. 5 goals, coach.
I'm not saying that we don't want you on board. We do.
No, you are. You're the typical soccer guy.
You cannot. Okay. You cannot sit there and say. You should not say when you're watching these games, this is not baseball and this is not basketball. Goals don't come the same way runs and baskets and touchdowns and all that stuff do in those sports.
Then why'd you predict 5 yesterday?
So that's how I felt. I felt that they were gonna explode. And if you actually watched it very closely,
I did. Now, see, here's soccer guy. They give me the condescending. Did you watch? I watched the entire match.
So what are you
see
talking
in the
first
about?
half?
I saw Iran try to absolutely just jam them up and play total defense.
That is not even close to being accurate what happened in the first half. The U.S. men's team went nuts with shots on goal yesterday. Did. So the defense of Iran yesterday in the first half of that game was almost non-existent. I understand they only scored 1 goal.
And that's what they were trying to do, though. Keep the U.S. outside. I have no
idea what they were trying to do yesterday.
On the broadcast.
But your comment that you just said is completely inaccurate.
Coach went to the typical soccer guy. Well, if you'd actually watched the game, on the match, I actually wrote it down, what the commentator said. He said they're purposely trying to keep the U.S. offense out to the corners. That was their whole plan because I was trying to understand the strategy of what they were doing. And they said they want to keep the U.S. out to the corners and keep them away.
which is not something that in a soccer match that you want to do. And
then why'd they do it?
Well, the reason why the U.S. had so many shots on goal from the middle of the big box that were blocked, a lot of the shots were blocked, whether it was 5 yards, 10 yards down, was because this is something that Jim Curtin taught us when we went over there for our media day. Through all of the leagues in soccer, they did some crazy analytics guys got together, and in each of the corners, down by the goals, down by the flags where they do corner kicks, it's called the assist zone. And soccer players try to get the ball down into that area where the commentators said yesterday where Iran was trying to keep them. That is the reason why the United States had so many shots on goal, because all of the passes were coming from the corners, which is called the assist zone. Unfortunately, a lot of those shots on goal were blocked. That it could have been 5-0 yesterday if those shots did not get blocked. I understand they did, but that's why I felt so optimistic, I guess, about having 4 or 5 goals yesterday.
The thing is, when Iran tried to go get a goal after they gave one up because they were playing in a shell, then all of a sudden they took it to the United States.
They did. You're right.
So why didn't they come out with that strategy?
So in the second half, if you saw, especially towards the last few minutes of that second half, the Iranian team did exactly what the Wales team did. And the U.S. held tight there in the last few minutes, but they got flustered. And as the U.S. progresses through this tournament, when they face better teams like the Netherlands, when the opposing team starts pressing on them, it's going to be trouble for the U.S.
I can't wait to go to the Pleasure tonight and see a doubleheader basketball. I don't know. You're looking at I thought the U.S. went into that prevent defense in the second half, and I couldn't stand it.
It was terrible.
But I'll tell you what, Coach. Didn't you think Brendan Aronson played really good yesterday?
Yeah, him coming in, when he shouldn't have been coming in, he usually doesn't play that long a period of time. And he hung in there, and he actually did a pretty good job yesterday.
Yeah, I thought he was. I told John earlier, you weren't here. I texted Jamie early in the game. And I said, Aronson's going to do something special today. And it looked like he had a chance on a couple of passes. One he overpassed. But I look, a lot of people, I'll admit it, I don't watch Premier League. I love watching the Union. But I had a great time watching the game.
It was
yesterday.
nerve-wracking. That second half was nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there watching it going, why is Iran was as Cordial King sends a text, he sends a tweet in, and he says, "You're right about the game. Iran played for the tie and parked the bus. The score was never going to be high because they weren't going to play that game. They weren't going to allow that game. And then when they played a game, when they played it like a straight up match, I thought they played fantastically, Iran. I was shocked. I mean, it was a great day, and it was fun to see so many people caring about it.
They did
everywhere.
They did a really good graphic on FS1 yesterday before the game started, where the majority of the goals, and I don't remember the percentage of it, the majority of the goals scored on Iran during this past season, not just in World Cup play, were scored from the corners. And it was interesting that that's the plan that the United States had yesterday, go into the corners and center the ball and get goals that way. It just didn't work out.
I'm like Bob. Like I watch a little Premier League. I'm not a diehard soccer fan.
Leeds is your team. I know that.
Yeah, but that's the team that I watch is Leeds. But I've noticed that a lot of times in like the 60th minute, there'll be a substitution. And they'll sub a guy in there late in the game to bring a little bit of energy. And he comes in fire, and he comes in with a whole lot of oomph. That was Coach today.
You think that was Coach?
Because Coach was subbed in about the 60th minute, and he came out firing. And I think we need to see this more often, because when he's here for the whole 4 hours, subdued.
He was.
But then all of a sudden, he came in here hot. I don't know why he came at you, Kincade. I feel.
I don't know why
you
do the.
I do too.
You do the old. It's always though, as I said yes, and I tweeted yesterday. The most unwelcoming fan base is soccer fans.
You didn't deserve that, and I think Coach is a jackass.
And more
importantly,
the old. If you watch the match,
no, he's a bully.
You're
you
right.
said that, quote unquote.
Absolutely, I did say that.
Well, if you watch the match, That's the old giveaway.
Yes, that's the old giveaway, and I apologize for doing that. But
a little salty this morning.
Last night when I was putting together the run sheet and I saw your comments on there, only one goal. The first thing that came to my mind is that it's not the same as watching football and baseball, and the Phillies only scored one run, and that's not the same thing. That's not how soccer works.
I got you. Then going into the match, should you not have foreseen that?
Yes, probably.
Because you're the guy who watches the games.
Correct.
Wow. More than I do. So shouldn't you have foreseen that that's what Iran would do?
Probably. And the over-under yesterday, as we got closer to the match, was 3.
Kept dropping.
No, it was going up. It started at 1.5.
John, you didn't watch the match. Be quiet.
I didn't watch it at all.
It started at 1.5. It went to 2.5 before the morning show was over yesterday, and before game time, it was 3. So somewhere along there, Vegas thought that the U.S. was going to score goals.
What do you have to say to a guy on Twitter? Just tweeted in Jim Kincade, who said you're a faux soccer guy, stolen soccer valor. What do you have to say to that, Coach? Please, time's yours.
Andrew Friedman gives me. It's not pronounced Iran. It's Iran.
Iran.
Yeah, Andrew.
Well, they're running home.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
They're running home. They lost.
So it'll be exciting. So Saturday morning, what do we do? I
work.
Are they gonna? Well, you'll be working.
I'll be working. Yeah.
Wake and Cake should be out somewhere.
Wake and Cake does not stop for anyone.
Come on now.
It's the
you should be in a local establishment. I'm going to see what we can do after this show.
I mean, Valley Kenwood is local.
Get you somewhere.
Kid finds you somewhere where they can show this match. I'd imagine a kegs and eggs situation.
We got a small TV in there.
We'll be set up somewhere.
You have to have a key card to get into the building. But
all right, well then you and Andrew should be able to have kegs and eggs then in studio, which is what a lot of people will be going out and trying to do.
Yeah.
You could have a keg of Coke.
Yep.
Andrew can have any adult beverage of his choice, and you bring in some eggs and.
Coach frowns upon that.
Actually, Coach is a trained chef. All right, so what he should do is he should hook up, I don't know, a griddle or something out there and start whipping up some breakfast, and we can all enjoy the match together. What do you say, Coach?
Coachy?
Yeah, that'd be great. You know what I'm doing Saturday morning? Cameron has a soccer tournament Saturday.
Oh no!
Jeez. On a Saturday, and then the second day of the tournament,
in
Sunday,
December.
8 a.m. Sunday morning too.
In December.
And
Jesus, man.
So John Lynch on Twitter tweets in and says, "This town rips the Flyers for lack of offensive performance. Soccer should take the same criticism."
It's not the same thing. It's just not.
Okay, Tim Sweeney says, "You understood what you watched just fine, John. Coach just soccered you for no reason."
It's not the same thing.
Coach,
Coach, you're a little salty.
Coach, just take your shirt off and give the man a hug.
My gosh.
Does not need to score 3 goals for us to feel good about it.
Coach, do you know
I didn't tell you how to feel good about it. Nobody's telling you how to feel about it. The masses.
Coach,
I'm not telling the masses how to feel about it.
Coach, I don't like that a computer called off a second goal.
Yeah, by the way, I didn't understand why it was offside.
If they won 2-0, is this a moot point? The 1-0 thing?
The fact that I bet over 1.5 goals in the match?
I did too, yeah.
Based on what I was hearing and what I was being told
by the so-called experts.
The soccer guys who watch the matches.
Yeah, they don't even watch the matches.
Yeah,
They're out
exactly.
at soccer tournaments.
Yes.
If I want his opinion on 10-year-olds playing soccer, I'll value
take it.
that. Adults? No, I ain't listening to him no more.
John, do you need a hug?
No, I don't need a hug from you.
No,
Get the hell
I'm
out
going
of
to
here.
send Pat in there and let him hug
telling you, no
I'll
thanks.
hug it out with everybody.
Hey, we got more on the Titans. Plus, Pat's point of view is going to rock you in the 9 o'clock hour. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. A lot of people hate Steven Singer. Every other jeweler out there hates him, and they got good reason to. Because Steven Singer delivers you the number one gift that every woman wants, the diamond stud earrings. They're the number one gift every holiday season, and Steven's got the best value real diamond studs anywhere. Choose a great pair of Anita diamond stud earrings for under $300, and Steven makes it so easy to buy real diamond jewelry for someone you love. There's no phony sales, there's no haggling, there's no nonsense. And Steven's real diamond studs are flawless to the eye. And you know that he comes with the best, famous, full value lifetime trade-in guarantee you get anywhere. You want to buy a new pair of studs later? Trade those in for the full value you paid for them. And also, too, Fast, free shipping both ways. The best guarantee in the business, a full 100-day, 100% no-hassle, money-back guarantee. So you're shopping now for Christmas with no risk. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and click on the Anita Diamond Stud Earrings or visit Steven's showroom at the other corner of 8th and Walnut in Philly. I'm telling you, get your diamonds from a real jeweler who sells real diamonds that you can trust. It's Steven Singer Jewelers. Visit him at IHateStevenSinger.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Yo, Philadelphia, Anthony Gargano here with Spring Garden Lending's president, Andy Racklin.
Good to be back, Anthony.
Listen up, real estate developers and investors. Spring Garden Lending is a private lender specializing in bridge and permanent loans to acquire, rehab, construct, and refinance properties to rent or flip.
And remember our 30-year fixed-rate financing and our lines of credit.
Right on, Andy. How's biz?
It's great.
In this environment?
Absolutely. Look, people still need houses they can afford, and that's our business. We support our customers whether the market's up or down.
Man, customers must love you.
We try. We build relationships with customers. We support them even when they're challenged finding financing through traditional sources.
Philly real estate investors, catch this. Spring Garden Lending is in the game to lend.
That's right. We have confidence in this market and our ability to get things done.
Faster than a bank, less expensive than hard money lenders. Contact Spring Garden Lending today. Go to springgardenlending.com now.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Don't miss out for 2022. Donate at carsforkids.org and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2022.
97.5 The Fanatic is on a Philadelphia Flyers ticket tour presented by Coors Light. Win Flyers swag and tickets every 20 minutes, including premium seats in the Coors Light Flyers Chill Zone. Join the Fanatic at the Perky Cafe this Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. 400 Brower Avenue in Phoenixville. Stay to watch the Flyers take on the New Jersey Devils. Enjoy great food and cold Coors Light. You must be 21 to win. For details, visit the events page on 975thefanatic.com. Coors Light, fueled by Philadelphia.
Missed Black Friday? Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Main wreckage on the south side of the tracks. Report of male driver, late 20s, severe injuries.
Copy that. Can you see the vehicle?
No, it's way up there. I heard a witness say the stop arm was down, but he tried to beat the train anyway.
Too many drivers are killed crossing railroad tracks, even though they know a train is approaching. What they don't know is, even after it breaks, a train can take up to a mile to stop.
Requesting ambulance stretcher to shuttle crash victim back to the road.
Copy.
Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
It only happens once a year. JCPenney's cyber deals are back in store and at jcp.com. Through Wednesday, fill your cart with deals like Yes Please Diamonds and Gemstones, now $19.99 each. Or use your coupon inside the JCP app to save up to 50% on small appliances and cookware from top brands like Keurig, Cuisinart, Calphalon, and more. We got your holiday. JCPenney offers good on select items through 11/30. Exclusions apply. Jewelry excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Hey, Hey, it's cause I hate to say it, but winter's coming. So don't worry. Do what I did and be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Every Aaron's 2-stage snow throw is handcrafted in the USA with powerful engines that won't bog down in any condition. I love my Aaron's snow thrower, especially when I need it most to get me cleared out and on the road fast. Aaron's builds the toughest machines for the worst conditions with a model to fit every need. Throw back when old man winter dishes out with an Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
BetParks is all about football. The BetParks Sportsbook app hooks you up every weekend with special promos on college football Saturdays and pro football Sundays. Every Saturday, BetParks offers a special half the spread promo on one select college football game, and they cut the spread in half at the same odds. Every Sunday, BetParks presents the double the spread promo on one select pro football game and doubles the spread at the same odds. Check out details at the BetParks app, at BetParks on Twitter, or BetParks.com. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
Hey, remember how 20 years ago I switched to Progressive? Well, now it's the future, and I used all those savings to buy this new hologram phone. Because, it's the future, and everything is holograms now.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Hey, it's Coach, and I didn't cash in on the U.S. men's team last night and the over, but I did cash in on the money line yesterday using my Caesars Sportsbook app. I even cashed in last night on the Flyers. How about that? All you have to do is download that Caesars Sportsbook app and use the promo code RadioFull. Then go ahead and make a first bet. I'm taking the men's U.S. team and the money line Saturday versus the Netherlands. You can go ahead and do that because here's the great thing. If you make that first bet and you don't win, you're going to get your money back as a free bet up to $1,250. And when you bet with Caesars, you're going to earn towards stays at some of Caesars' great locations like Vegas or AC or Reno. Plus, you're going to earn towards dinners, tickets, experiences, and a whole lot more. But you have to remember, use that promo code RadioFull. Caesars Sportsbook open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 and over. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promo for full terms. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, if you ever wondered, I do talk straight through the breaks.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by The Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. You can get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. Pat's got some good eating in there. Looks like some good eating.
I just said to Connor how hungry I was and, did my daily, we should get a pizza. And then I'm starving. And then I see Pat come back with a full plate.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
What was it?
I didn't get anything.
One of my old fine hockey players at Downingtown sent me a text. He says he saw this yesterday on the media. He says how to fix soccer.
Oh, there's so many ways that it needs fixing.
He said, one, the field's too huge, shrink it. That's step one.
Okay.
Then he says too many.
Let them use their hands.
Then he said too many players on the field, limited to 3 forwards, 2 defenders, and a goalie. And then players should come in and out whenever they want.
And it's
shrink
it's
the
on
goal,
the ice.
and then ice everywhere.
Yeah.
That's how he'd fix it.
All right.
That's how he could fix it. He's a big Jason Zalesnik, a big fan of ice hockey. So
what's the deal with the clock? What's the deal with the clock going up? Seriously?
What do you mean clock?
There's 45 minutes. Why's it got to go up? Why don't you put 45 on there and go down so you know how much time's that? Why aren't there timeouts? Why do we have to guess all the time how much time's that? It's silly stuff.
Yeah, but extra time, why would we not know what the extra time is? Have that up so everybody knows how long it goes.
And if you stop the clock, there wouldn't be extra time. Just stop the damn clock.
They just have it at a minute. They don't have it seconds.
After the 45 minutes, it goes up there with like +6.
I understand that.
But it could be +640.
I do.
plus 623.
This is really a better. This is the normal time where I'd say it's a better question for Coach.
No, it's not good to ask Coach today. I don't think it's.
But he might give you a lot of attitude.
He may.
I mean, I saw a guy screaming yesterday that you could hear through the whole stadium screaming. And he gets up a second later and is running around again like everything was
like
fine.
Shot by a sniper.
I'm sick of that. I think every time a guy goes down and lays on the ground, that's how long he has to go sit out, and it's at a disadvantage for his team.
I like that rule.
We like E-Rock, right? E-Rock's
and I love the form of soccer. I love watching soccer.
I love watching it too. There's just some things that fix it up.
God, they almost like make you want to hate it.
Our man E-Rock, one of our finest jurors, says soccer guys are like hockey guys. Always complain about not being talked about enough on the air, and then when they do, they just want to correct you on everything and tell you to stop talking about it.
Coach, I think that went directly to you.
I think E-Rock was saying it. Tim Stern says 100%. Coach was getting heated.
You weren't happy today. Just admit it. You came in a little feisty.
Feisty?
You pissed John off, Coach.
Yeah, no, I know.
John, got it there. I've never seen.
No, John is legitimately not happy with me.
No, you don't even know the half of it, dude. Like during the break, I've never seen him that mad.
I came in here. I tried to talk to him, and he gave me the hand. Like, don't talk right now.
That's not good.
Like, not to be mean, Coach. And I know you didn't have
the show was going fine earlier.
You're having a great day
by
today.
Showing up at work today. You ruined the show.
I know. When you guys said Coach isn't here today, maybe I should have just stayed home.
Coach, so as a soccer
coach.
Or
just chosen kindness or rational behavior.
Yeah, but you woke up and chose violence today.
Yesterday was giving. What's today? I don't even know what today is.
Today's
Wednesday?
Well, it's going to be worn out Wednesday after you.
Yesterday was Giving Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, so kindness, that was yesterday.
Worn out Wednesday is what it is now. I mean,
so, Coach, do you teach your kids that when there's a possibility of contact to open their mouths, scream, and fall on the ground and act like they are injured for life?
Never. They would get pulled out of a game if they did that.
He shows them the video of Forrest Gump when he gets shot in Vietnam. And he goes, something bit me.
No. The kids at this level, at 10 years old and stuff, they don't do that stuff.
I mean,
it's a joke.
It is.
It's a joke.
It really is. And they're not going to change it because it's an international sport and all that. But I really do think they could do something in MLS. Like, you want fans more and more. It's such a turnoff.
It's the number one thing that casual. Now, the thing is, you're trying to build. You're trying to build your sport. And it's the number one thing that casual fans are will mention that they hate about the sport.
I agree. It's awful. And you know why they're doing it? They're doing it because they're trying to draw a yellow card.
Yeah.
And they're doing it for that reason. But it's awful to watch. You know what? The women don't do that.
No.
It's easier to watch a women's game because they get hit and they fall down and they get right back up again.
Right, because they're proving how they don't even have to prove it, but they show how tough they are. And look, soccer players, God, they run 5-6 miles a game, and I can't even imagine and all of that. But that crap has to stop. It just does. And if I'm a referee, I'm giving a yellow card to the guy that's laying on the ground screaming,
absolutely,
and then gets up and runs around more.
Now, Pat, I can assure you one match or game that I do watch, the Eagles.
Do you, John? Do you really watch those games?
Exactly.
I don't know. Ask Coach.
The Titans just played the Packers in Green Bay the week before the Eagles did. They allowed 17 points to the Packers. Eagles allowed 33. The Titans won, scoring 27. Ryan Tannehill threw the ball all over them, passing for 333 yards. Derrick Henry did not have a successful day. He rushed only for 87 yards on 23 carries. The Packers kept him very much in check. There are different ways to win games, but it appears that in the Packers game, the Titans had far less problems with the Packers. In fact, they dominated them. It wasn't even a 4-quarter game. They shut them down and just sort of strolled to victory. I know week to week you can't do that, but Tannehill passed all over them. The Eagles chose to run all over them. I mean, it was
Green Bay's defense isn't that good.
They really, I mean, it's shocking how easily, though. I went and watched the 15-minute game yesterday, right before the soccer match that I didn't watch. And and as I saw that game, I'm like, okay, Tennessee looked at the Green Bay Packers and attacked them completely differently. They said, you're not going to stop. We're going to throw the ball all day long. You're going to sell out to stop Derrick Henry, and we're going to throw the ball. So I think it's a warning to the Eagles that's going to be that's probably the same game plan. If the Eagles sell out to stop Derrick Henry, they're okay to give him the ball 23 times for 80 yards
Yeah.
If it means it's opening up the passing game.
He's going to get the ball 20 times. I mean, that's probably your over-under, and most people take the overs on that. He's going to get it. It's your best offensive weapon. But if Tannehill shows capable of being able to get some yardage against this Eagles team, then you're really in trouble because the Eagles are going to have to load the box to stop the run because they just haven't done it well lately.
And they're so dedicated to sticking with it.
Yeah.
Vrabel sticks with it.
I would, too. I mean, it's Derrick Henry. And plus, let's not forget, he's 200 and close to 50 pounds, and he just kills you as he keeps running over you and running over you and running over you. Yeah. So that's why I think it's really important for the Eagles to get up in this game. I really think they need to get a lead, much like they did against Green Bay. But like I said earlier, Aaron Rodgers is a different creature than Tannehill. So I want the Eagles to get a lead early, load up a box, try to stop the run. And Gannon will do what Gannon does, and that's keep Tannehill in front of you. He's not going to beat you deep.
Pat, you're a big Derrick Henry. I'm trying to think of teams, star players that you like as much. Like you have a ton of respect for this guy.
I mean, he is just a workhorse, a big bruising back that year in and year out gets it done. That dude's a man amongst boys in the NFL. He is a monster. It was amazing, and early on in his career was losing time to like Deion Lewis, I think.
Oh man,
yeah. And Vrabel came in, as I said earlier, and he's like, we're not doing this crap of running back by committee. I know that's the new NFL, but I have a stud here, and I'm gonna use him. And Derrick Henry's a guy too that you can't just give him 3 carries and then give him a rest. Like he needs to get going, and you're gonna get a heavy dose of him. He's going to get his. It's just a matter of like your defense needs to get a couple stops. But there's very few running backs that on a 3rd and 8, I'm worried that they'll pick up the first down. He's one of them.
No, he's
because he's
and they stay
dude.
Dedicated to it.
And they should. God, yeah. I mean,
by the way, they're the most likely team to run on 3rd down and greater than 3 yards in the NFL. So when you're just to your point there, Pat. Greater than 3rd and 3, they're the most likely team to run on 3rd down to try to get the first down.
I mean, every other team in the league, it's like 3rd and 9. And
you know what they're doing.
Yeah, you know what you're doing, and you have confidence they could stop it. This team, not only are they not passing the ball, they're running it, and I'm not confident. Especially with the way that the run defense is played. Jordan Davis will definitely help. That's why it's so crucial he comes back.
Yeah, I hope to God he's back out there this week. And I don't want to, and I know it's his first week back, and you can't say, he's going to play. I don't know, 60, 70%, but I'd like it to start getting upwards of 30, 35, 40% that he's out there.
Yes.
Even if it's, even if you get caught on a passing down and he's out there, or not even just caught, fooled, whatever it may be, I don't care. I want him out there. I want that guy out there. I think he's one of your best defensive linemen. I want him out there a lot. A lot. Not the 20%, 25%, guessing on running downs, obvious run down he's out there. No, I want him to be kind of a staple.
Yeah, I think it'd be, I'd be a little bit, I'm a little bit nervous about Derrick Henry, I got to tell you, because he just is, he's so, the part about it that makes me so concerned is they're relentless about using him. They never shy away. They're not going to stop running in the 3rd, and they're not going to stop running in the 4th.
No, if they're down 14, they'll still continue to run. Like how many weeks have we talked about, hey, get a lead early, force this team to throw against our secondary. That's the key to success right there. I mean, no, not this team. This team's different.
Listen to his carries per game. 17, 28, 19, 17, 32, 30, 28, 22, 20. I mean,
they're never going to back away from doing it, and that is to me. That to me is dedication from. I know as a coach, I would never. I know there'd be a game where I just bagged away from it, where I said I can't do it.
You know, it's like a boxer when you have that good jab, and it's not just a jab like to keep the guy off. It's a jab that's hurting someone. You just keep going to it because eventually it's going to wear you down. That's what Derrick Henry is. 250 pounds. He runs a 4.5 40. And this guy he'll murder you. If he keeps going at you, that hurts. That hurts when a guy has a full head of steam and he's coming at you, John, at 250 pounds. You're not going to want to tackle full force
Bob,
sometimes.
When I got done peeing my pants, seeing him coming at me, I think that's when I'd finally maybe put a hand on him. As I waved to him running by. I'd pee my pants. I think I would.
TJ Edwards and those guys that have to fill gaps this weekend. They have to be filling gaps this weekend. Man, that's a tough ask, isn't it?
Well, what also, too, which is good news, though, we're going to have nice weather. It's going to be around 50 degrees come kickoff. That's a pretty nice day. High 40s, 50. That shouldn't be too bad. So that gives you I think you're not trying to stop them. I'm thinking of bad footing, something like that and everything, and that'd be brutal.
Yeah.
That would absolutely be brutal to try to stop Derrick Henry at that point. Hey, we'll see what happens. Hey, if you have a high school senior, you need to visit collegeav.com and enter to win a $5,000 scholarship. They'll help you breathe easier. Let's visit collegeav.com.
Are you still pissed at Coach, or is it going away a little bit?
I think it's going away a little bit. I'm just glad. You know what? I'm glad to see the support of the audience.
Yeah, they're supporting you. They're against
that.
Coach today?
Dude, you didn't deserve that.
I didn't deserve what I got today.
I was surprised.
I didn't
shows
deserve
up late and then pulls that.
I didn't deserve it. But it's I do appreciate, like, when an E-Rock comes to your defense, you know you're doing something right.
I mean, it's good to see the emotion from Coach. I love when Coach shows the emotion and all. I love the passion. But man, he had it out for you today.
Dina Poole just stopped on by.
Did she give you a hug?
No, she said that she thought that maybe the Midol endorsement could be coming.
Wow,
that it could be coming.
He just.
So
wow,
it could be.
You're going to take that?
It could be coming. Look,
better.
Hey, we're going to get clients.
Could you imagine if Chevy showed up on, what was that, Monday? He shows up on Monday.
A little late.
And then starts giving you the business about your Eagles opinion.
Oh, man.
That wouldn't fly, man. Coach, you're going to find yourself on producing some weekend show named Wake and Bake. or Cake.
Don't
Wake
threaten
and
him. Don't threaten him like that.
Yeah, you're going to, and I'm telling you right now, it's a mediocre program. And you're going to be producing it. Yeah, at best.
I went into the studio during the commercial break and apologized
so
to
you
John.
want to say it to his face?
I did say it to his face twice.
And what was his reaction?
I said
Coach?
I did not mean venom on the air. I was being a passionate soccer fan.
He was.
And that's what I said.
He was, and the audience reaction was he's being soccer guy.
Probably.
That soccer guy, it's the most unwelcoming fan base as a whole. Not everybody. It's not everybody. There's a lot of soccer fans that are glad to have you in the tent. They love having you in there.
And John, I feel as though my apology was sincere. I came in twice.
No.
And what would Jesus do? Jesus would forgive me, right, John?
You say that.
I think he might.
And then you came in and you called John.
They're idiots.
Yeah, like,
I mean, seriously.
Come on.
Like John has described me often since he came here as not a very warm person. Or when we first got you said, and that's how like this morning I felt for you.
It wasn't.
I felt warmness. I felt bad.
Yeah, you did.
For
You felt it. It is.
I mean, the way the vitriol that Coach showed towards you over just trying to comment on soccer.
Now, what was this? Is that here is one of our listeners, Lawrence. I'm sorry,
Lawrence.
Would Coach pull that with Anthony?
Oh, you mean Anthony, the soccer expert, who actually said yesterday on his show that it would be a low-scoring game? You mean that Anthony Gargano, the guy that actually watches soccer and knows it and doesn't sit there making chesty proclamations that they'll be 5-1? That
Coach,
Anthony?
They said, would Coach treat Anthony that way on the air?
He'd end up in another wall if he talked to Anthony like
that's
that.
never happened before.
Stay in your lane, bud.
Hey, Pat, you got a lot on your mind today. You do. You have a lot of things that you wanted to chat about today. Anything you want to chat about?
Well, yeah, I want to
This
hit the button here.
is Pat's point of view.
How you liking the new
Here's
button?
Pat.
It's a work in progress. We could talk about the employee on employee crime that we just witnessed, which, John, I think you have a case and you should fly to Naples, Florida. And
there we go.
Talk to HR. But yeah.
Connor has cut it.
Now, the Eagles' domination on both sides of the ball, I feel like, are why they are going to be a really, really tough out in the playoffs. Because you never know how they can beat you. And if they get it clicking, it's going to really be, close to an impossible out. But their domination on offense, I feel like, will really be a key for them. Because defensively, they're good. Pass game, we all know that. Run game, if that can get fixed. Offensively, they have shown the ability to not only win through the air at times, but win through the ground at times. And Bob, you've brought this out plenty of times. It seems like they're literally choosing when to do it. They're just waking up and going, you know what, today we'll just dominate the run. Today we'll dominate through the air. The only time that it didn't happen was the Colts game, where the offense really couldn't get going. But it does seem like they're going in with a game plan knowing full well that they can pretty much do whatever they want on offense. They are going to be a really, really tough out in the playoffs because how do you scheme against that? You're basically just guessing at that point. And if the Eagles, let's say the Eagles come out and they go, yeah, we're going to throw the ball heavy against this team, and that team was ready for it. And then first quarter in, you've got 3 points not working. The Eagles are just going to switch to a rushing attack that you can't stop. Or vice versa. They come out with a rushing attack and you stop that. The Eagles are just going to start throwing the ball. And Jalen Hurts is completing 70% of his passes, and he's throwing to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert will be back.
I think that's where Bob pointed out San Francisco, though, Pat, is that if they do try to come out and run it on them, it'll be a lot more difficult. Dallas, I think they can run it down their throats.
Okay, but even if you try to run it on San Francisco, and it is difficult,
right.
I mean, Miles Sanders, that happened against Indianapolis, and all Jalen Hurts did was take off with his legs.
Correct.
You know, I mean, it keeps them so off balance because you have to respect his legs, but it opens up things in the passing game. And we saw Green Bay try that. They put a spy on him. It still didn't work.
You made a living or another living off of making these little stickers, right, Pat?
Yeah, magnets.
Right, magnets.
$5 super shipping.
$41.33.
I got to mail one out.
You still have some?
I got to mail one out.
By the way, there is one in the Market Street Grill in Westchester.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for your purchase.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's the way the Eagles win a lot of games coming down the stretch here.
Like that high scoring?
Really?
Because, well, until the defense gets fully righted with injuries and all, I think they're good enough to outscore teams. I do. And that Super Bowl win over New England, while it was kind of an anomaly that year and high scoring, it might become somewhat of a norm. I'm not saying the Eagles defense is that bad that they're going to give up 30 a game, but I think there's going to be games, particularly in playoffs, where it's just the offense is outscoring the other team.
I don't know that I'd hate it, but I'll be a little more anxious watching games.
Yeah.
I love defense. I love defense and running game.
Sure.
And whether that makes you old school or not, that's what it is.
we had some great response to our soccer being upset over guys flailing on the ground after not really getting hurt. And they said, wait, you guys do watch Joel Embiid, right?
Good point.
Joel Embiid.
I got a lot of people
when
on
the
the
Twitter
YouTube
has, when the YouTube chat has a good point, you got to point it out.
Joel Embiid is constant.
Yeah.
It is constant.
I liked his game the other night. I really think he made a concentrated effort of, wow, they moved the ball really well when I wasn't here, and they got up and down the floor. He looked, you and I talked about this, I think, John, a little bit. He looked ahead on rebounds, got the ball ahead a little bit more than he did, and he didn't hold on to the ball as long.
No.
It was kind of catch and get rid and catch and get rid. I think he's a really smart dude, and I'm not breaking any news here. And I think sometimes he sits back and notices things and says, you know what? I'm going to keep that going. I think he really was thinking of that the other night.
I like that. I mean, and
he still got his 30, and he still dominated, and he still scored the winning basket down towards the end of the game.
And the fact that he shoots foul shots, I think that with the accuracy that he does is just, it's stupid good.
Yeah, he is stupid good.
And it is, and it's wonderful.
When he used to do things when he first started playing here after the injury, and I'd be like, where'd you get that from? Oh, I watched the video. He watched a video and was able to do things against other NBA players. Think about that. That's crazy.
If you can learn like that,
yeah,
that's a beautiful thing. I mean, to be able to figure that out and understand. We like to study people's games. Olajuwon is the game.
Yes.
Olajuwon, I know he studied Olajuwon, right?
Oh, my God, yeah.
About the footwork, though, wasn't it?
The footwork, yeah, the fadeaway. Olajuwon, he put in something with Kobe Bryant during one of the summers.
So he knows good people to watch.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I played basketball all the time. Could you imagine just saying you're going to emulate somebody and you could do it? That's pretty damn cool.
In basketball?
Oh, my
God. I couldn't emulate anyone playing basketball.
Yeah, but it's amazing the things that he can do. And I find myself getting caught up watching him so much anymore just when he's on the floor. I can't wait for him to get on the floor every night.
Pat, I told you the hateful story of my brother, who I shouldn't even love, who wouldn't play me in CYO games when they were close down the stretch.
But I've seen you play sports. I wouldn't play you either.
He would.
Okay, do you want to win, or do you want to sit there?
I mean, like he's trying to win CYO basketball games.
All right, well, it's a good resume.
I don't think I'd have played you either.
No, but he played me when the game was during the game. But then once the game was hanging in the balance.
I think it was,
you go to your,
That's terrible.
I think it was Lightning head coach John Cooper. I think he started out as like they just needed a coach for his son's team.
Right. That's what it was.
So to sit there and crap all over your brother who's trying to build a resume and a possible coaching career that possibly would have ended up in the NBA.
Could have been,
I think it's ridiculous on your part.
I'm sorry about that. That was terrible.
No,
I apologize,
don't
Doc.
apologize to me. Apologize to Doc.
Apologize, Doc. Sorry about that.
Is Doc going down to the Pleasure tonight, do you know?
He is not.
No? Okay.
He is not. I think he's got to work.
Hey, if anybody can, get down to Pleasure tonight. Doubleheader.
Be a good
starting
time.
at 6. Love it.
He roots for Villanova.
They're not going to be there tonight. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And his goddaughter, his only goddaughter, kills him for it.
Oh.
Says he roots for Penn State in football.
Dude.
And Villanova in basketball. Can you be more the sports whore?
Yeah.
I'm a Penn State football fan, but I'm a Villanova basketball fan.
Gross.
Crap.
Coach just asked a question.
What?
He's too.
Don't come into the room.
He's too chicken now to go on air. But he said, "Oh, Doc, does he know soccer? Because somebody in that family has to."
I don't think Doc. I bet you Doc didn't watch a second of the match.
Okay.
He didn't.
You look at Coach, man. He's the one who asked the question.
You never know. No, I'm not going to look at Coach.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot coming up. Sixers and the Cavaliers tonight. A good test versus a young team that might be a new Eastern Conference contender. John Kincade Show. We got a half hour to go here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know many of you and your families are in the same position that we were in last year. Your high school senior is looking at colleges, and they're trying to narrow down the choices. There's so much to consider, including the financial ramifications. I suggest that you did what we did. Start a College Ave student loans. We, honestly, Olivia and I looked at it for like 4 or 5 minutes. Put in our information. It is a shortcut to understanding how to pay for college. Their student loan calculator estimates what your student's monthly loan payment will be like when he or she graduates. And that's the big key. As I told my daughter, when you take a loan, you will be asked to pay it back. She understands it now. CollegeAv.com makes this process easier. It's an emotional support system to help guide you through the college journey. And you can sit down with your college-bound senior now this weekend or log on together. Be part of the process together. It'll help you breathe easier. And she or he can register for a $5,000 scholarship. Go to collegeav.com.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. Now's the perfect time to download FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sports book. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back if your first bet doesn't win. Just sign up using my promo code SCORDO. That's my last name. Not only are there a ton of things to bet on right now, there are a ton of ways to bet on the FanDuel app. Money lines, spreads, player props, same-game parlays. You've got pro football, college football, tennis, soccer, golf, hockey, basketball. It is a rich time for sports betting right now. And how about live betting? You can get updated odds on games that have already started. Most importantly, with FanDuel, you get paid when you win super fast. It's all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Sign up using my promo code SCORDO for a no-sweat first bet. That's promo code SCORDO. And make every moment more this season with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present. PA first online real money wager only. Refund issued is non-withdrawable free bets that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Helzberg Diamonds presents the holy grail of engagement rings. Michael was getting engaged and needed a ring, but not just any ring, the engagement ring. The kind that when he saw it, he'd just know. So Michael looked around online, asked friends for advice.
I want a ring that's special. One that's, You gotta go to Helzberg.
Michael went to Helzberg Diamonds, where he found an incredible selection of beautiful rings, settings, and both lab-grown and natural diamonds, certified and guaranteed to be of the highest quality. He also met Sarah, a Helzberg Diamond expert, who helped him find that special ring he was looking for, so that when his fiancée opened the box...
Wow, it's...
Yep, sounds right to me. Be like Michael. Find the engagement ring of her dreams at a Helzberg store near you or online at Helzberg.com. And right now at Helzberg Diamonds, take advantage of special financing offers.
Hey guys, listen up. Losing weight not only helps your overall health, but research shows that it also can increase testosterone levels, which can resolve ED and low libido. It can help a multitude of things. With NJ Diet, losing weight takes only 40 days. That's right, up to 40 days to lose it contractually 20 to 40 plus pounds. Weight loss is contractually guaranteed. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work to personalize natural formulas and supplements where the side effect is weight loss. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds guaranteed. NJ Diet is all natural. No shots, no hormones, no counting points, no prepackaged foods. Ew. no surgery. Schedule an initial consult, one of their convenient locations, Cherry Hill, King of Prussia, Newark, Delaware, from the comfort of your home with live online video consultations. No matter how much weight you need to lose, NJ Diet is for you. Don't wait for your doctor to give you bad news, then try to figure it out. Stay ahead of your health by calling 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET, or visit njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get top brand laundry sets with the latest tech to tackle any mess you might face this holiday, like automatic fabric and load size detection for spills of any size, from cookies and milk on your favorite holiday sweater to the toddler of the house discovering just how fun cranberry sauce can be. Make more magic this holiday season. Let your new appliances handle the mess. Final days to shop Black Friday savings and get up to 30% off, plus instantly save up to $750 on select LG laundry sets at the Home Depot. Ends November 30th. How doers get more done. Offer valid November 2nd through 30th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Missed Black Friday? Dell's Cyber Monday event starts now with deals on powerful business tech. The savings start now with up to 50% off on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL for Cyber Monday deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Want to win tickets to a Sixers game? All season long, you can find us about town with Corona, proud beer sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Join the Fanatic Friday, December 2nd, starting at 6 p.m. for Sixers pregame action with prize and ticket giveaways at the Green Parrot Restaurant and Bar in Newtown. It's a great place to watch the game of Corona, Corona Light, and Corona Premier. The Green Parrot, 240 North Sycamore Street in Newtown. For details on Sixers game day action presented by Corona, go to the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
You don't want to miss out on live hockey action when the Philadelphia Flyers hit the ice at Wells Fargo Center this December.
Braun, a shot deflection, score! Zach McEwen got his stick on it.
Be here for all the biggest theme nights, giveaways, rivalry games, and more.
Centers it, and Frost scores! Morgan Frost drives the net, Konechny spots him.
Get your tickets now, only at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com.
Since the dawn of time, men and women have fought over one thing: the temperature. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm sweating. I'm freezing. It's time to end the thermostat wars. With special financing offers on a high-efficiency heating and cooling system, including Trane's whole house air filtration system, you'll get even, consistent heat and breathe cleaner, healthier air. Visit Trane.com to find an independent Delaware Valley Trane comfort specialist near you. It's hard to stop a Trane. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for details.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
Hey, it's Coach, and the World Cup is into the round of 16 with the U.S. playing on Saturday. Plus, the Sixers are back in action tonight, so why not try and make some cash? We're going to use the Caesars Sportsbook app to do it. All you have to do, get that phone out, download the Caesars Sportsbook app, use the promo code RadioFull, then go ahead, make your first bet. For the men's U.S. team, I am taking the money line on Saturday versus the Netherlands. The Sixers are in action tonight at plus 3.5 versus the Cavs. Going to be pretty careful with that line. But here's the great thing. If you want to go ahead and make that bet with the Sixers, do it. Because if you make that first bet and you don't win, you're going to get your money back as a free bet up to $1,250. And when you bet with Caesars, you're going to earn towards stays at some of Caesars' great locations. Plus, they have dinners and tickets and experiences and a whole lot more. But you have to remember, use the promo code RadioFull. Caesars Sportsbook open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 and over. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promo for full terms. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Picking on Egan is extremely mean, but I assure you, it's just a small, minute, tiny part of our content.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Staples stores are a new world of possible with innovative tools for small business, remote workers, and learners. You can explore more at your local Staples store or visit staplesconnect.com. Pat out chatting up Ryan out there.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan's
the man.
Ryan's here from Philly Goat.
Anybody that always has, so he was with us yesterday a little bit for our show, and he comes in today. Anybody that can continuously smile like that from 7 a.m. on, Either you got some good stuff going on out in your car or whatever.
Maybe.
But
That could
I'm
be.
thinking he's just a good dude.
He's got T-shirts, hoodies.
I didn't see any of that on PhillyGoat.com. It's all just great merch. It's not anything that would put you in a mood like that.
No, I mean, a good T-shirt or a hoodie puts me in a great mood.
Now, Delco people.
How about food?
Delco people have been known to find their way to a good time. Is what I would just tell you.
There's
I've
a
known
bowling
that
alley
over
out
the
there.
year. There is.
You guys think
a new PJ's?
I walked
in
out
Lawrence Park.
I thought he looked a little like Gardner Minshew.
He does have a little Gardner Minshew to him too.
Like
There
Gardner
is some
Minshew's
Gardner
always smart.
Minshew going on
I mean
there.
that as a
Yeah,
compliment.
He does.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
He can
Gardner's
work.
good-looking dude.
That's the way it works out.
You order anything off?
I did today, but I'm not going to tell you what I ordered because it's.
Well, yeah, but
yes.
Why did you have a promo code? Because
I did. I used promo code Fanatic.
Wow, with an
So
F.
I went to PhillyGoat.com.
And with the Fanatic with an F.
Look at you.
And
guys.
I used
You guys
promo
are
code Fanatic.
professionals.
There it is.
Well, look, I mean, in this economy, you
There
got to
you
save
go.
some money where you can, right?
All right.
Oh, you're in
one of
trouble.
our good Brian and Avalon joins us. Brian, what's going on, my friend?
God, I heard you banging on the Penn State alums, which I am, who are Villanova fans.
No. This is my brother, Doc, who is not a Penn State alum and not a Villanova alum. I ripped on my own brother, who for some reason he's a Penn State football fan, and then he switches over to being a Villanova basketball fan. In other words, it's crap.
All right. Well, there is a little bit of a distinction, but there's a lot of alums that pull that way.
Why though, Brian? You went to Penn. If you're a Penn State alum, you're a Penn State basketball fan. You shouldn't be a Villanova basketball fan. You have parchment.
I've seen you with your Georgia Bulldogs stuff on.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Last I checked, you went to Temple.
No, but you have not. Brian, you've not.
Like a bitch. But I've heard you pulling for the Bulldogs.
No, I will absolutely root for the Bulldogs when it doesn't involve if it involved Temple, I'd be Temple fan. But I am not a Georgia. I'm not out there. First of all, you've never seen me in Georgia gear.
You're correct. I thought I heard.
No one has ever seen me in Georgia gear.
That's fair. Well, here's where it is. I'm a Penn State alum. I don't own any Villanova gear. If they were playing Penn State basketball, I would root Penn State basketball. But that said, go Nova.
Oh, my gosh. Brian, I'm disappointed. How's Avalon, by the way?
It's raining. I'm in Bucks County.
Oh, you're in Bucks County right now. Good job, Brian. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it is weird that somebody went to one college and they root for another.
You don't root for another college. You have parchment on the wall. If that's your college, that's your team.
I was being facetious.
Like, there's nothing worse than a guy that cheers for like Temple, and he didn't go there.
No, I love that. No, Pat,
dude,
Pat,
is it that hard to get in?
Pat, you are part of our. Part of the. What is the very, very first of all, our own Dean Boardman, Dean David Boardman.
Shout out to Dean
at the Klein College of Media and Communications. I think he's more proud of you than he is me.
I'm an outlier,
and I'm an alum.
Yeah, I'm an outlier.
Soon to be an adjunct professor, and he's more proud of you. You're constantly repping Temple.
Yeah,
he loves it.
Yeah, I got asked the other day if I'd wear. Somebody asked me, I think it was Andrew actually. Would you rather wear another team's hat or another team's a college team's sweatshirt? I was like, give me the other team's hat.
I'll never
because if I'm wearing an LSU hoodie, people are going to assume that I'm an LSU fan.
Right.
If you're wearing a Padres hat, people aren't going to assume you're a Padres fan. They might just think you're wearing it for the fashion.
I do not wear gear of another college.
Yeah, I can't.
I do not wear gear of another team.
I've never even owned any gear of my own college.
Have you ever, Bob? I can't see you being somebody that would wear a Knicks hat or would wear a Boston Red Sox hat.
Well, you don't even wear Sixers.
By the way, my brother has that too. I should throw that in.
He has a Boston Red Sox hat?
Yeah, because they're his American League team.
Oh, jeez.
It's seriously.
The more you talk about Doc, the less I kind of like him.
I mean, it's the truth. I'm just being honest.
Somebody on the YouTube page said John just treated that caller the way Coach treated John earlier.
No, because he was misquoting me.
No,
I didn't rip a Penn State. I didn't rip a Penn. I was ripping my brother, who's not an alum of any of them.
People are talking far and wide about how you talk to callers, and it's
come on,
it's not
Brian.
becoming.
Brian and I have a long history. He's a good dude.
Well, that's how John talks to callers, but that's not how me and Bob talk to callers. We're very nice.
Did Coach drop the mic and leave?
He should.
He quit.
Wow. Look, if you're going to start a fight, stay and see the end of it.
It's one option.
You don't run away.
Well, Well, no,
you might lose, but you don't run away.
Normally-
It appears that's what's happening.
Normally we have a post-show meeting, but I got a feeling that he's going to hide behind all these changes we're making to the operating system, and he's going to,
Yes.
I got to go deal with this and that.
I have this
So he
severe
doesn't have
meeting
to-
coming up.
He doesn't have to face John, the wrath of Johnny K.
It's the way it goes.
John, it's the first time ever I think you can honestly say somebody doesn't, quote, want the smoke.
You don't know. I think it is. They don't want to. The Walmart alumni, though, is a thing, Pat. And you elevate above that, but Walmart alumni is a thing.
Well, I will constantly
the guy who
alert people that I did not go to Temple.
Right, we always do, and people still associate you with Temple, and very proudly.
Yeah, but I'll be very quick to say I didn't actually get in.
Temple people love you.
They sent me a letter that said thank you, but no thank you.
Do they?
You can go to the
Temple
games,
people
but you
love
can't go
Pat?
to class.
Oh God, they do. Yes.
I don't know anybody that doesn't love Pat.
I mean, Pat
gets text messages from people saying, "Hey, are you hungry? Come on down and get some food."
Oh yeah, the ones we don't get.
Shout out to Philly Insurance.
Yeah,
the ones we don't get.
The good people at Philly Insurance hooked me up.
I think I'm kind of a nice guy. I try to be, but it doesn't come hard. I don't think I could walk into an office with you sitting here, John, with a full plate and just sit down and start eating without either offering you some or saying, "Hey, you want to go down together and get some food?"
You are a lookout for. You are absolutely one of those people who looks out for. I'm grabbing something. Do you want anything? That is definitely.
I like to make sure everybody's happy.
That is one of your fastballs. You know, you may not be actually the friendliest person, but you still will always look out for people. Will look out for people.
I love that when we weren't 2 weeks into the show and you came out with,
"You're not the
Bob,
warmest.
you're not the warmest person." I was like, "Damn,
you're not the warmest."
I said, "Well, now you ain't going to see warmth after saying that. That's for sure."
We don't care.
Not the warmest person.
All right, how was the food? Pat, was it good?
Oh, it's very good. That's the difference between me and you, Bob. Is like you
yeah.
want to do that, but I would.
Yeah, I know.
And I did.
Yes, you did.
And I got a belly full of roast pork, and I'm living. I'm living.
Oh, the roast pork too, a good item.
Yeah, I got a chicken cutlet sandwich.
By the way,
it's all gone now though. You guys missed out.
The other night I saw. I'm sorry, I don't know who put it out there. It's like because they did. Jamie had put out that they put roast pork on the.
They did, yeah, on the broadcast.
On the broadcast.
Huge, by the way.
And then I saw people saying, "What's the true Philly sandwich? The cheesesteak or the roast pork?" And I'm like, "Would you please stop? Roast pork's fantastic."
But why does there have to be infighting?
That's what I see. It's like, but there's no. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, don't
the
pit
cheesesteak. Come on now.
Don't pit the two against each other.
I mean, come on.
They're brothers in arms,
and they're great.
All right, I got a trivia question for you guys right now, and it concerns the Eagles. I'm going to give you a number, and you have to tell me what it represents.
It's an Eagles number.
Ready? 190.
It's not the games that Jason Kelsey's played. That's
No.
like 170.
190.
And this isn't a flattering number.
How about is a runs allowed over 10 yards?
No. How about
that would have been too many. I'm doing the math now. That would have been too many.
Passing yardage for Jalen Hurts over the last 5 games on average. Does that concern you?
I did it last week. I said to you, the numbers are plummeting.
Not at all.
Right? That's what my reaction also was, Pat.
It doesn't bother you at all?
When John
I don't
brought
think
that up, last week, I don't look at him like he's just taking off and running for the sake of running. I look at him like now, like he's taking off and giving what the defense is giving him, or he's taking what the defense gave him. I mean, because a guy that's completing 70% of his passes, he's proven that he can just, and he did it for a couple weeks there. He's proven he can just stay in the pocket and deliver strikes. Last year, he was inaccurate and made bad decisions with the football. This year, it's the exact opposite. So I'm not looking at it like the guy's just taking off because he can't throw the football. He's been able to throw the football.
It may be the biggest compliment you give him. He's only thrown for 190 yards during that span, and it doesn't concern you at all. That could be the biggest compliment you give him.
It does concern me, though.
He's 7-1 touchdowns, interceptions during that time also.
I got you. It's just, though, the last 4 weeks have been your worst stretch of the season.
But has it been bad?
And it corresponds to the passing game being far less deadly.
But has it been bad? Have you come away from the game saying Jalen Hurts wasn't good passing the ball?
Bad, no.
Like, I find it really interesting. Because I haven't. Hasn't it come into my mind at all?
I haven't walked away.
It's a low number.
I haven't walked away from any game saying Jalen Hurts was bad. You know what I mean?
I don't think so either.
I've had games where I thought, man, Jalen didn't have his best game, but not where I said Jalen Hurts is bad. He's been incredible this year.
He really has. I mean, think about
absolutely
it.
Fantastic.
You're 11 games into the season, and you just made me think of this when you were talking, John. Have we come away saying Hurts could have been better at such and such after a game? And that's not even overly critical. That's just a question. Could he have, Hurts could have done this better, should have done this better. I don't recall a game, Pat, and you and I watched first halves of a lot of games together when we're doing pregame. Do you recall any game coming out after these 11 saying, yeah, well, Hurts could have been better at such and such?
Not really. No,
I really don't. That's kind of amazing.
No, the fact that he's been able to, when he's called upon, when he's been able to throw the football as accurately as he has, that's probably the reason why I lean towards, well, he's just taking what the defense gives him. Because I feel like a lot of times you just rely on your ability. If I can't throw the football, all right, well, I can run it. No, he can throw the damn football this season. Like, he's been unbelievably accurate.
He's been incredible. I mean, I can't think of one game where I said, damn, that was a subpar Jalen Hurts game. There are days where I've said Jalen didn't have his best game, but that's a completely different view of things.
Yeah, I mean, even Patrick Mahomes, I don't know. I'm not going to even pretend to say I've followed all 11 of their games, but as a betting man, I would probably put a bet out that there's a Kansas City fan that after a certain game, they said, oh, man, he just wasn't good today, Mahomes. Or he could have done this better. He threw too many touchdowns. I believe he had a 3 interception game one time this year. We just
might have been
the
Colts game. The Colts game, he didn't play well.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
It's amazing, and it's just coming to my head now. We have not brought that up once.
I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In the like a game with Mahomes.
Yeah, and
that's a bad Mahomes game is like, come on.
Exactly, because a minute and a half remaining, they're losing, and what does he do? March right down the field and win the game for him.
And I sort of feel like Hurts has that DNA. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen him have to do that, and that may be one of the biggest, like, feathers in his cap. Do people put feathers in caps anymore?
Did people ever put feathers in caps?
Yes, back in Robin Hood days.
Yeah, Yankee Doodle did it.
Who the hell ever thought a button was cute?
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Buttons aren't cute.
Where the hell did cute as a button come up?
They're not.
That's
they're not
ridiculous
cute.
to me too.
No, there's a lot of people out there that are sexually attracted to buttons.
I didn't realize that. See,
the undoing of.
There you go. So I mean, that might be the greatest compliment to Jalen Hurts, is that I can't think of a game where I went, man, I expected there was going to be a few times this year where we're like, man, he's reverting back to some of his 2021 form.
Yeah.
We have not seen that.
No, and looking back on Mahomes, he had a 2-touchdown, 2-interception game against the Bills. That's it, 1-2 interception game. He's got 29 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So maybe there hasn't been a game that a Chiefs fan has come out saying, man, he could have been better. But I certainly do believe that we've been that way with Hurts this year.
Okay, Bob wanted to get to a similarity between this year's Eagles and the 2017 Eagles.
And it's kind of like what I was talking about. I think this team has the ability to just outscore teams down the stretch. I do. I really have that comment. Pat, you talked about their offense earlier. If this isn't happening, if that isn't happening, then you can go another way. I think A.J. Brown is going to have a big week this week simply because they're going to do him a solid, and simply because they're going to say, look, we're going to target you 10, 12 times. We're going to call that many plays for you, and it's going to work because it seems like every time they want to dial something up, it can happen. Now, this defense is hitting a little low in the season, and a lot of it has to do with injuries. I have all the confidence in the world that this offense can outscore teams. And that's why I go back to 2017. The ultimate win that this franchise has is because you outscored somebody. And I'm not being stupid. Oh, no kidding. The team that scores more points wins. Yeah, there's no way many people would have believed that if the New England Patriots scored 33 points on you in a Super Bowl that year, that you were going to come out a winner.
If you told me the morning of the Super Bowl, that Tom Brady's ending up with 33 points and 500 yards passing, I would have thought the Eagles got their backsides kicked.
Absolutely. New England never punted. And I just revert back to I think this Eagles offense can consistently be as good as that performance that day. You know, like,
do you think Hurts can have the passing performances that Foles had?
He's got the weapons to do so.
To deliver the ball like Foles did, though, in those situations. I'm not there yet to say, because they were all-time great passing performances.
Yeah, but we weren't there with Foles either. You know what I'm saying? We weren't there thinking, Foles is going to have 2.5 perfect games.
Right.
He had 2.5 perfect games.
I didn't think
he'd
have a perfect game at all.
Yeah,
no. But I thought they were going to win every one of them.
After the Minnesota game, I don't know many people thought, that's happening again.
No.
It was like, wow, what a performance. Can he do half that?
I thought
he did it all and then some.
Yeah, I never thought that. I thought they were going to win the Super Bowl that day. And I remember picking that the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl 24-21.
Oh, really?
I said 24-21, and I really believed the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't feel it that day. I remember I did a pregame show. And
you were
then
going
driving,
through a lot, too, that week.
Yeah. My father-in-law died a couple of days before then. But I remember driving home, racing home, because the whole family was gathered at my house. All the grandkids, they just lost their grandfather. They all came to my house to watch the game, and I thought that was just so special. And I remember standing next to my brother-in-law when the Eagles answered after the Patriots scored, and I said, oh, my God, they got a chance of winning this game. And that's when I first believed it, John. Unlike you, I didn't start believing it until they went kind of toe-to-toe with New England in that first quarter, early second quarter.
And it was, I believed Bob all week long. And I will admit, when Gronk scored the touchdown to put New England ahead 33-32, doubt did set in.
Yep.
Because I'd seen the movie before. I'd absolutely seen it before and was thinking, are you kidding me? They're gonna pull this thing out at the end. And that drive after the 33-32 was so incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely incredible. And yes, I will also admit that when Doug Peterson went for it on 4th and 2, I was saying punt. I was saying punt. No, don't go for it.
And they went
for it. They were very aggressive and they went for it.
Very easily could have been a flag on that play.
Yeah.
I mean, they set a solid pick for Zach Ertz coming across the middle.
And there could easily have been a sack of Nick Foles. That's the thing, and Pat always points that out. Foles almost got he almost got crushed. I mean, that was going to be if he doesn't get that off, then what happens?
Well, I think that's the difference between you comparing the teams. Foles wasn't a mobile quarterback.
He wouldn't have been able to elude it.
So in that situation, Jalen Hurts will lose that easily, and he either throws the ball for a first down or he just takes off scrambling and runs for the football.
Do you think
runs for the first down?
Do you think we could see Hurts have a passing day like Foles had against Minnesota and against New England?
I do. I do, because two reasons. One is obvious, because of the receiver.
Windows, those tight little windows.
The receiver class that he has, he trusts them, and they can come up with those type of balls. And also, he's showing to be a better and better and better quarterback.
Well, he's
passer.
a great decision maker.
I mean, that pass to Quez Watkins the other day, when I watched Orlovsky describe it, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect.
Amazing.
He threw it. Yeah, so as much as I thought maybe Hurts was going to be okay this year, I'm still growing in confidence in him.
Hey, get registered for our holiday wheel. We start it coming up. We will be having it coming up the week of December 12th. You want to get registered for the holiday wheel, go to 97.5thefanatic.com. Everybody who is chosen, who hears their name call to spin the holiday wheel, is presented a $50 Rally House gift card just for being a contestant. Rally House, your city, your house. Rally House. Register for the holiday wheel right now at 97.5thefanatic.com. We'll look forward to having you do that. Sixers tonight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You'll hear it right here on the Fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bob, you've had a great pulse on this. Sixers 3-point underdogs tonight. You've had a great pulse on this.
I hate to say it, don't love them tonight.
Don't love them tonight.
3-point underdog?
Yes.
Yeah, don't love them tonight.
Don't love them tonight.
No, don't love them.
Bob has been on an incredible run. I've won 4 bets asking Bob who to bet on.
I would say leave it alone tonight. I wouldn't say bet the Cavaliers, but I'd leave it alone. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Hey, we're going to have a great time tomorrow. And, Coach, Pat, can we let him in on it?
Yeah, man, he was just messing with you. He wasn't mad at all.
I don't know.
No, Coach.
I just walked out, and I feel pretty bad.
Coach, Pat will show you the text.
Like I'm being legitimately. I'm not goofing around with you. Like,
you should feel bad.
I feel like there was no venom whatsoever.
I feel bloodied.
I didn't mean to do it. It was just a
you should feel bad.
There was no venom from OJ either. He didn't mean to do it.
Yes, he didn't mean to.
2 bodies found. It just turned up. I mean, come on, Coach.
You went OJ.
Coach, we're totally messing with
The problem is, I mean, Coach doesn't have an Al Cowlings to pick him up and drive him around.
I texted Pat and said, please play this up.
Yeah. I feel like.
Coach,
I think you were wrong.
Coach, you were a little angry when you came in, and you did the soccer guy thing, but I did not take any offense. I found it funny.
I need to apologize to John.
You do not.
To his whole family.
You do not. You were funny.
Who's the old ticket rep for the Phillies?
Cousin Matt.
To the dirty hose, his friends. You should apologize to them.
Naughty girls.
I always get that wrong.
You know what? I apologize to all the dirty
Coach,
hose.
Nobody. Well, that's terrible.
I mean, whatever I need to do.
You do not. It was never a problem. We just enjoyed. I enjoyed seeing you squirm, though. I did enjoy that. Hey, support life.
I think I'm starting to pit too. I feel like I need air under my
You do. Hey, that's why you should be wearing Philly Goat merchandise. You wouldn't be sweating.
Yeah.
Hey, support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partners, H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. You find them at delcohvac.com. Make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today at 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR, because cancer research saves lives. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody. Cuz Radio coming your way next. I know everybody's going to be psyched for Saturday morning, not just for Wake and Cake, but for World Soccer Match Madness. The United States versus the Netherlands coming up on Saturday morning. You're going to want to wager on it, and if you want to be a new customer, you can get a risk-free bet up to $750 that you'll get Sportsbook bonus back if your first bet's not a winner when you sign up for the BetParks app. Go to betparks.com. It's got all the terms and conditions for you. As I told you, your basketball team's a 3-point underdog tonight in Cleveland. You want to wager on that? Bob told you maybe stay away from that one. Now, the Eagles 5-point favorites, on Sunday afternoon. The action's great. Individual player performance betting is even better. Join me on the BetParks app right now. You're going to love it. You got to be 21 and you must be present in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Honey, I did it.
You did what?
I switched us to T-Mobile.
Really?
Did you see those rate hikes from AT&T and Verizon this year? With T-Mobile's Price Lock Guarantee, they won't raise our rates for talk, text, and data ever.
T-Mobile won't raise the rate ever?
Happy New Year!
Is our T-Mobile rate the same?
Yeah!
Nice.
Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie.
You too. Say, is our T-Mobile rate still the same?
It is. Happy 4th of July!
Same T-Mobile.